Ridge Road. That's causing a bit of commotion. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO. Or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
As we approach the new year, what's your resolution? How about seeing more clearly in 2025 than ever before? The Filatowski Eye Institute has been helping Central Floridians achieve better vision for over 3 decades. Make LASIK your resolution this year and take advantage of their 24-month interest-free financing. Or use your HealthFlex spending account. Imagine a new year without the hassle of contacts or glasses. Schedule your free consultation today. Text 1041 to 868686. With the Filatowski Eye Institute, a clearer future is possible. New year, new you, new vision.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day. And, man, do we have a stacked-up program for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. We'll do that with JCS News at 3:20. 4 o'clock hour, it's Animal House. Christina and Josh drop by from the Central Florida Zoo with a pal. We'll also talk to Scott Maxwell about AI. 5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. TSO tickets up for grabs. We'll finish the show up with a call from our buddy Ross Paget to find out what's going on with Good Sauce tonight. We'll also do You Heard It Here First. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Brr.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Find us easily on social, Facebook and Instagram at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Want to leave a text or leave a talkback for us, you can do that as well. Just get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio when you get it. Use that microphone to send your comment on down the line. You can also check us out on YouTube. That's where we put our question of the day up. You can get involved there as well.
Exciting.
How you guys doing today?
Very happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
Very happy to see you.
Deb says top 5 sketchiest drives ever coming into the studio today because of the winds blowing out there in Mount Dora.
The rain, it was
bad, huh?
Oh, you could not see anything. I kept I was so grateful for pickup trucks with the brighter taillights.
Oh yeah, you can just follow
that
those
way.
guys.
Exactly. It was so bad you couldn't see headlights. You could barely see taillights. It was just washing over your windshield.
Damn.
Windshield wipers couldn't keep up. Didn't want to pull over to the side of the road, though, because that doesn't make you any easier to see.
Yeah, no, it's actually not as safe at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got in here to the building just as it was starting to trickle, and then, once you're in here, it's just like a vault. You can't hear anything. I did hear a bit of thunder earlier, but I didn't hear any major rainstorms like we would have in the summer. Did you get it, Jack?
No,
none of you.
Drizzling.
Yeah,
I
same as me, right? You got to hear about the same. Yeah, man, it's pretty bad, huh?
Oh, like I said, it was.
That's terrifying too. When you get a whiteout when you're driving because you just don't know what the hell's going on. It's the worst.
And because of some old sports injuries.
Yeah.
When you white knuckle that steering wheel to the point that when you finally loosen your grip, you get a cramp in your hand.
Old sports injuries, huh?
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Back when you were a professional backgammon player?
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Those the worst 2 times I remember driving, both I had kids in the car.
Oh, wow, really?
And one was on the bridge that goes from Tampa to St. Pete.
Damn.
The Sunshine Skyway Bridge?
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
The other one, the low one. But just like, man, this could be it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'll slam on my brakes, then I'm weightless.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not the good. This actually, just during this last hurricane, I had one of those nightmare moments after we'd stayed here for the night. I was like, man, I got to get the blank out of this place. And then, it looked good enough to drive. It wasn't raining. Of course, I didn't know what power was out. Roads were down. So I'm just driving very slow on the way home. And I get out there, and I totally forgot this one pond. And I was like, oh, I'm finally free. I know there are no trees on either side of this road. I'm finally free. I can go. And I got up to speed. And, man, next thing you know, going 45 miles an hour, hit a part of the road that had a pond next to it that overflowed and created about a foot long or a foot deep pond in the middle of the road, and almost lost it there.
That would be called 46 because I hit that same lake.
Yeah.
But my vehicle is decidedly a lot lower than yours is.
It is.
I had water debris on the running boards of my car.
Yeah.
That's how far up on my door it came.
I can't believe that my truck didn't peter out. That's what I was really pissed off about because I didn't want to be there at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Stranded on the side of the road.
Wait. You weren't stranded.
No, we made it through.
Your truck didn't peter out.
No, it didn't.
And that's what you're pissed about.
No, not pissed about it. I'm saying that would have been awful had it petered out. That's what I was the most scared about. I mean, the water came up. It was terrifying. There's nobody else there. Worst case scenario, I have a 1-car incident. And then I got what was the other thing on I-4 one time coming off one of those exits right after a rainstorm, and I went to put on my brakes.
Oh,
and the brakes did not apply, and I was just sliding into other cars, and my car actually just came to a dead stop right before the bumper of the car in front of me.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrifying stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad drove us like idiots around mountains up in West Virginia, which is why I'm so scared of heights now. Thanks, Pop. Good job. That neurosis won't set in too long.
No, not at all.
All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. I found that I'm into something, guys, and I know this is a little boring, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Tranny porn?
No, not tranny porn. Not yet, Jack. I'm moving in on that.
Okay.
I think this is a natural progression into tranny porn, and I don't know what it is. I don't know about you guys. Are you always looking for something to watch or listen to that just allows you to relax? Because, I mean, if our job is to kind of filter through news. So Deb and I were talking about this leaving the show yesterday, is that you have to look at all these stories. They're all horrible.
Right.
There's a palate cleanser out there for me, and I just found it the other day. And it's something I can turn on. I can click onto it, and I can go, oh, this is great. I'll just watch this for about a half an hour, and it'll turn my life over, shake it like the Etch-a-Sketch, and then back over. And you're going to laugh at me when I tell you.
It's something you watch.
Yeah.
Treehouse Master.
No, not far.
Really?
Not far. Is
like
it
the British baking show? We go through this every year.
Stop. This is an Instagram reel. It's like it actually is a reel. It's as I'm flipping through reels, I find it.
Home improvement.
As I hit these particular videos, I find myself stopping on them and really enjoying them.
Van customization.
I was going to say it's definitely not like mantra or any kind of drum music or
no. It's not no stupid drum circle stuff.
I always like when they customize a van or something into a living space. Yeah.
If you remember, for a while, Jimmy was wormholing on the car cleaning videos.
Oh, that's a good rug cleaning. And car cleaning. That was a good one. Those are also. I've moved on from those. I've seen all the rug cleaning videos I can do. This is a new one. It's trail cams. Oh man. You want your life to go better? You want your day to be better? Bring up a trail cam and just sit there and watch video compilations of animals in their natural habitat, walking beside or in front of or frolicking about in trail cams.
It's so funny you say that. Just
God.
The other day, I saw one on Instagram.
Deb.
It was a mama pig followed by a baby pig and a frog just out for a late night walk.
They're just, oh my God. It is nature's blood pressure med. Is exactly what that is.
Oh,
It is literally nature's blood pressure medication. Everything from is it a capybara?
Yeah, the big guinea pigs.
Yeah, riding alligators in the Everglades. But the ones up north, there's one called I wrote it down, like Travel Outdoors or Travel Outdoor Cams or something like that. And it's just a bunch of them up in the Rockies and up in Yellowstone, and you see everything from lynx and bobcats to elk to bear. It is the greatest.
Another one of those that you'd probably dig, Jimmy, are those interstate tunnels that they've put in for wildlife out west.
Oh, they put cams on those?
And they have cameras that watch all the different wildlife that migrate over the interstates without having to get hit by the cars. It's amazing the different animal species that you'll see crossing over those. I agree. A trail cam, that's a good time.
It's a good palate cleanser for your day. And I would love to know out there what yours is. Because
look, there's a pileated woodpecker.
Jack now has a trail cam up on our YouTube feed, so you can check that out. That is a woodpecker, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the big ones.
And these guys know where these trails are, so they set them up next to these natural trails. And you get some of the coolest stuff. And still, my bobcats with their kittens are the best. Their offspring are the absolute best. Anything with a baby in tow is the greatest. Bear cubs, wolverine cubs. It doesn't matter. A trail of coons. There's one right there.
The frog going on the walk with the baby pig and the mama pig was like, oh, that's the stuff kids' books are written about.
Oh yeah, that's it, man. So leave it talk back though. I'd love to know what yours are. What your palate cleansing videos are online.
Wouldn't you think whatever's going on inside the head of a woodpecker would be the cure for preventing concussions in NFL football?
CTE?
Yeah.
That is not a bad thought there, Jack.
If they can take that kind of beating and survive,
exactly.
Somehow something's working in there. That design system could be replicated in an NFL helmet.
Hey, man, don't put it past them. I'm sure they will dissect a woodpecker or two if they have to.
I was going to say, next our players are going to have beaks.
We had a pileated woodpecker who used to hang around our telephone pole behind my house. Yeah.
Oh, you knew him when he was there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So because I know some of them go very fast, and the other ones with the bigger beaks, they go slower. No. But the ones, it's like a dock, 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 rather than a da-da-da-da-da. It sounds like a machine gun, but we had one that used to get on the house.
Oh.
And he would just peck.
yeah,
He would peck at the top of the house. And it was awful. Because you couldn't shoot him or anything. You don't want to do that. You couldn't shoo him away. I'd wind up just throwing a golf ball at him. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text 77031. A bunch of stuff to talk about. If you heard the promo today, John Morgan is basically suing the food industry. I don't know if you know that. Have you seen why, Jack?
Nope.
Very interesting. I mean, basically, he's suing PepsiCo, Kraft, Heinz.
Wow.
I told you the food industry, like all of them, because of how unhealthy the food is and how addictive it is. And he claims, I think the lawsuit claims, we'll go over a little bit later, the lawsuit basically claims that they know it's addictive, much like the cigarette lawsuit.
Hey, they prove that that's no more addictive than gummy bears.
But they, just like the cigarette lawsuit back in the day, that they knew it was addictive and they hid that information and then continued to make the product and even make it more addictive. That's what basically they're claiming for a number of them. I mean, everything from Pepsi to Kraft Heinz.
It's interesting you say that because a recent study out of the University of South Florida Health and Tampa General Hospital Cancer Institute found that their study ties junk food to cancerous tumors.
Oh, they
said it's like the worst thing, literally the worst thing you can put in your body.
It's that sugar, man. It's just so much sugar everywhere.
Hurry up so I can get to those Lay's potato chips.
Exactly, for sure. Also, we'll be talking about something you need to be aware of this shopping season. We've talked about the whole idea of the air tags and being followed home.
Right.
This is a completely new thing that's very, very interesting. And as people reach out to shop for deals online, they need to be careful with this. And it's not really, to be honest with you, it's not like a theft thing per se. It's not a scam to get your money per se, like your actual cash, but it is in there to get something else. And kayaker who faked his death was caught. We'll talk about that. I'm sure you have something in news as well.
I do. I have plenty coming up in the news. In fact, the breaking story that the FBI director is resigning.
Yeah, I saw that.
Closer to home, no surprise here, Florida experiences record-breaking tourism and the return of National Cinema Day. Moviegoers rejoice. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Leave a talk back. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the line. What is your decompression video? We'll take those throughout the day as well. Back in a second with Deb's News and more of The Jim Colbert Show.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Looking at slow traffic in the usual spots in Orlando today as you travel east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Looking at some delays right now southbound on the turnpike near the OBT and Beach Line exit. This is due to a crash partially blocking the exit ramp. If you run into other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Guys, not that big of a secret that the real estate market right here in Central Florida is changing and booming more than ever. Your house is certainly worth money here, man. And with your home being your most valuable asset, you certainly need a real estate company that's always one step ahead of the market. That's whether you're buying or selling, and that is the Nickley Group. These guys have 4,000 plus 5-star ratings on Google. There's a reason why, because they sell on average their homes for about 6% more than their competitors, and they sell those homes twice as fast as well. Clients save about $24,000 when they purchase a home using the Nickley Group. Interest rates lower than they've been in a while. That means your buying power is better than it was just 1 year ago. And don't sleep on their website, guys. The Nickley Group's website is simply amazing. You can get so much information right there. Matter of fact, you can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home using their website. They love this, by the way. No showings, no open houses. Don't have to deal with any of that. And you close in 14 days. If you've ever wondered what your house is worth, they can do that for you as well. They'll value it instantly using current market data. Or just list your house. You can do all that right there on their website. While you're there, be sure to download that buyer's guide. That thing is packed up with some of the best information about buying and selling homes here in Central Florida. It's the NickleyGroup.com. It's easy, NICKLEY Group.com.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're detecting the undetectable. Using advanced AI technology, our experts can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $23.65. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License numbers C10252 and C10803.
Happy holidays. Welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
If you need all the sports all the time, there's only one place to go this season. Tom's Watch Bar. Located on iDrive, Tom's offers more than 150 TVs plus rooftop views of Orlando and an extensive food and beverage menu. Make Tom's Watch Bar your sports headquarters.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from Zakistan to start listening.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. Hope you're having a nice Wednesday as this weather moves through. Get ready for some cold air on the other side of that. A nice little blast.
For sure. Nothing nice about it.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
It's time for JCS News.
Don't say it.
Does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love it too much.
JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, the Franklin fire in Malibu, California has now burned nearly 4,000 acres of land and is only 7% contained. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna updates the evacuation status.
There are approximately 12,600 people that are under evacuation orders, and we have 7,382 folks that are under current evacuation warnings.
Yeah, and that includes Dick Van Dyke, Mark Hamill, Cher, Barbara Streisand. They're among the celebrities impacted by that Franklin fire. Dick Van Dyke, who has his 99th birthday on Friday, says he and his wife Arlene and their animals safely evacuated from their home in the Sarah retreat community on Tuesday, except for their cat Bobo. Ran away as they were trying to evacuate, so they're hoping that he's going to be okay.
Oh, no.
Now, witnesses say a home across the street from Van Dyke's burned down. Mark Hamill, of course, of Star Wars fame, also lives in the area and says he's going to stay home. He's not going anywhere.
Damn. I guess the force is with him, huh?
Yeah. He can use that.
Oh, yeah.
The New York Times reports Cher safely evacuated to a hotel.
Yeah.
FBI Director Christopher Wray is resigning. President-elect Trump has already tapped former Justice Department prosecutor Kash Patel to replace Wray. Now, Wray was under increasing pressure from Republicans to quit now rather than force Trump to fire him. Wray was appointed by Trump in 2017. The NYPD says the gun found on the man suspected of killing United Healthcare's CEO matched shell casings found at the Manhattan crime scene. Commissioner Jessica Tisch also confirmed that Luigi Mangioni's fingerprints matched prints found near the scene.
With fingerprints that we found on both the water bottle and the Kind bar near the scene of the homicide in Midtown.
Kind of ironic that he ate a Kind bar. Now, she says the gun found on Mangione when he was taken into custody at a Pennsylvania McDonald's Monday is now at the NYPD crime lab. These are the first forensic matches that tie the 26-year-old to the scene where Brian Thompson was murdered on December 4th. Mangione remains in custody in Pennsylvania, where he's fighting extradition to New York. And this is what's important because yesterday his attorney held their first press conference saying, I haven't seen a shred of evidence yet that ties my client to this crime. And now New York authorities are saying, here you go.
He was his attorney for about 6 minutes.
Right, exactly.
The time he said that.
And then he made that statement. I read that today, and I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm reading the news. I'm not his attorney or anything. I mean, I'll take your retainer and just kind of read the news and show you that there's an ass load of evidence.
Right, exactly.
That they have.
And that, I believe, is a legal term, ass load.
Had like $8,000 on him in cash that he said he didn't know how it got there. He's now claiming stuff was planted on him. Dude sounds crazy. You know, just sounds like maybe he had a snap.
Well, the man accused of trying to assassinate Donald Trump is requesting his trial be delayed until December of 2025. The defense has had a mental health expert meet with Ryan Ruth at least twice, but they have yet to make their opinion public. In September, Ruth allegedly waited over 12 hours in the bush with a rifle near Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach as the now president-elect was golfing. He pleaded not guilty to 5 counts, including assault on a federal officer and attempted assassination of a presidential candidate.
Damn.
The judge in the case says she'll rule on the delay request in the, quote, not so distant future, end quote.
Right. You wait there.
Right, exactly.
I'll give you in a minute.
All right, I just looked out earlier. I can't see anything actively on radar, but a line of storms are expected to impact Central Florida at least for like another 30, 45 minutes, especially like on the coast. That's as a cold front moves in. The National Weather Service in Melbourne says, like I said, a marginal risk of strong to severe weather. That was earlier today because I was lucky enough to drive to work in it. Yeah, that was a good time. Temperatures are going to start to drop into the 30s and 40s overnight. And I can tell you right now, even being out there after the rain has gone by, the wind, it's already like, ooh, it's going to be nippy out here.
It's going to be snappy.
Yes, it is.
Snappy.
Cold weather shelters will open later this evening in Flagler, Lake, and Volusia counties for people who need a warm place to sleep. Speaking of wanting a warm place to sleep, the Orlando Utilities Commission has passed a new peak shift program. They did that last night. That's going to charge higher rates during peak hours to promote conservation.
Yeah, right before this giant cold snap.
The program, which could raise monthly bills by up to $15 for some customers, faced criticism at last night's packed meeting.
Quite frankly, I think it's downright un-American that you kind of penalize people for living their own independent lives. People are going to wake up in the morning, and I don't want to tell my mom, hey, don't click on the heat because it's cold because you're going to get penalized.
Well, many argued the program would disproportionately impact lower-income households, especially during the hot summer.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been part of those?
Yeah, I am. Almost last 3 homes.
Really?
You talk about the
I'll let you finish your sentence, Deb.
Yeah. The efficiency thing from Florida Power & Light? Yes.
Yeah. Have you done that before, Jack?
I used to be on that. Yeah, I don't. Not since I switched to solar.
Okay, yeah.
I was on my hot water heater, my AC, and there was one other thing, our water heater.
I used to have it till it's like you go to have a hot shower or something, and you go to the garage, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
All right, our other weather news is damage from Hurricane Milton is driving down citrus production from what was already expected to be a historic low in the current growing season. Our poor farmers. An updated forecast from the U.S. Department of Agriculture says Florida is projected to produce enough oranges to fill 12 million 90-pound boxes. That sounds like a lot, but it's 3 million less than they were expecting before Milton.
Wow.
Senate President Ben Albritton, a citrus grower himself from Hardy County, says he's going to support the industry in the legislature.
This is a signature crop for Florida. Drive around Florida, and then what's on our license plates, many of them, citrus. So it's a signature crop for Florida. We're going to be investing very heavily in that, and we are going to be running to that fight.
The citrus industry, which has long struggled with deadly citrus greening disease, I believe that was also spread during Hurricane Andrew.
Yep.
Development pressures.
Yep.
I mean, you and I have talked, just look at the orange groves that used to be around me in Mount Dora just a year ago.
West Highway 50 out there.
They're all gone.
Past Hiawassee, going all the way out to Claremont through Ocoee, up into Winter Garden, all through Claremont, Groveland, all those areas.
Those areas.
Those crops are dead. Now it's all way more south now.
Yeah, exactly. Foreign competition, thinking of oranges from Brazil and, of course, damage from other hurricanes, means that they're going to be facing the smallest harvest this season in more than a century.
I'll be damned.
All right, Florida is celebrating, speaking of our other really important crop, celebrating a new tourism record. Governor Ron DeSantis broke the news yesterday, saying the Sunshine State saw its highest visitation numbers last year, with tourists generating more than...
How much money?
Yep,
in
for our economy.
Oh, God.
For the entire state's economy.
Our budget, I think, is $22 billion. That's our total budget. So,
well, Sunshine State, again, saw its highest visitation numbers last year, with tourists generating more than this amount of money for Florida's economy.
I'll go. It represents. I'll go $2.5 billion.
Over.
Give me the number, Bradshaw.
Okay, 2.50001.
You guys are so cute.
Yeah. How far over is it? Oh, it's a lot more?
Yeah.
Try $130 billion.
Yeah, so it's not profit for the state.
Gotcha, understood.
It's all the business, like hotels.
Got it.
Attractions and food and all those $5 T-shirts you could possibly get on.
Yeah,
$130 billion.
A lot of T-shirts.
Yeah. That's a 5% uptick compared to 2022.
Wow, that's so much money.
The tourism industry was responsible for more than 9% of the state's workforce, which represents about 2 million jobs.
Well, that means that money we're spending on Visit Orlando is actually a pretty good deal then.
DeSantis says the latest data shows that Florida is still the premier travel destination of the world.
We should probably give some serious thought to expanding that convention center.
Yeah.
I think if we could make that larger, it would only bring in more.
Hey,
if you build it, they will come.
I am there with you about the train to Tampa. Let's get as many people off of I-4 as we possibly can.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's a serious idea. I really believe in that one. This convention center nonsense.
Oh, I don't know about that. They could use another couple million feet.
Yeah, sure.
Education officials in Orange County are considering replacing dozens of school resource officers with guardians at the start of next school year. The Orange County Public School District says 5 law enforcement agencies have already told them, listen, they don't have the money to cover the cost of about 30 officers. This parent is frustrated with the near $20 million shortfall to retain SROs at least 30 Orlando schools.
It's a little scary that our children's safety can be negotiated, especially based on dollars.
The affected areas include Apopka, Winter Park, Ocoee, Winter Garden, and Windermere. You know, areas around Central Florida that aren't really experiencing a lot of growth.
Yeah, none at all.
Yeah, it's pretty sleepy out there.
Sleepy towns, yeah.
Guardians are not sworn officers, but could be anyone who completes 144 hours of Sheriff's Office program training and is then certified to carry a weapon on school property. Talks with law enforcement agencies are set for January. All right, this is good news. Orange County is going to host a tournament with the National Collegiate Athletic Association over the coming years.
Nice.
Which is expected to boost our local economy. The NCAA Tennis Championships.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, will take place at the U.S. Tennis Association's Lake Nona campus in Orlando from 2028 to 2037.
Damn, that's awesome.
To better accommodate the upcoming matches, the sports complex is expected to undergo a major renovation by adding 6 new indoor courts and installing shade for its outdoor facility.
Wow.
You a tennis player?
I do love playing tennis. It's just brutal on your body, you know.
Isn't it?
You play a little bit older, but I used to love playing quite a bit. Had a pretty good backhand back in the day.
No one would ever accuse you of not having a good backhand.
Pretty good backhand back in the day. I'm going to be honest with you. Not that bad of a player back in the day. You know, I didn't know anybody when I moved to Orlando, so I had a couple buddies I met playing golf. They also liked to play tennis, and there were so many of these apartment complexes that had lighted tennis courts that nobody used. So we would go out a couple times a week, and then the church group I was part of, the men's group, had a little tennis get together every once in a while. It was fun, man. I was into it for a little bit.
Well, if there was any more reason to invite more people to come visit our area, Daytona Beach is on the verge of getting a multi-million-dollar sports complex and stadium. The city says it's going to be seeking investors who want in on the plan to build the tournament-level facility on a 600-acre plot of land off of I-95 and International Speedway. Daytona Beach owns the vacant property next to the First Step shelter between 92 and I-4 that the city's been discussing just what to do with for some time now. Officials say the economic impact would be close to $100 million by its 5th year of operation and bring other businesses to the area. Right now, their struggle is they're like, we have to get the investors.
Yeah, for sure.
Because without the investors, this can't get off the ground.
Nada.
All right, well, a little bit also over on the coast. A new attraction is going up at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex along Florida's Pace Coast. The exhibit is going up on Launch Pad 39 and will include an immersive viewing experience for guests on Merritt Island. Ooh. Officials say the outdoor experience is meant to celebrate space exploration and Earth's future.
Wow.
I guess we'll get to see the fires from California and the bomb cyclone that's getting ready to hit the Northeast.
No,
check that out.
They shouldn't do this. They should not be turning the launch pad into a tourist thing.
Why not?
Because I got to do it, and it makes it less special if everyone else gets to do it.
That's right. We got, man, Jack and I. We did, all of us. We went to the top of the VAB and all kinds of fun stuff. That was crazy out there for a while.
It was. And then when we got to see the SpaceX launch, when they launched humans back into Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, I still can't get over how you can see a rocket go up, but you have to wait for the sound to get to you.
Oh, yeah.
I still can't figure that out. Okay, someone in Florida is holding on to a Mega Millions ticket worth $5 million, and they're about to have a lot of new family and friends.
Oh, yeah, sure.
The winning ticket was purchased in one of my favorite places at a Publix in Crystal River.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, the Mega Millions jackpot is still up for grabs after last night's drawing. The next drawing is Friday. The jackpot will be at least $670 million.
Damn, I haven't played the lottery in a minute. It's about time for me to win.
Yeah. Wait,
you guys will get that $500 if I win the lottery.
That Apple Watch is coming, Jack.
Nice. I want the high-end one.
No.
With cellular.
Huh? Yeah,
with cellular.
And I get a new iPhone 16 to go with it.
All right.
It's a companion piece.
Then I could definitely get a new car.
Yes.
No.
Let's get Deb a car. Come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Let's do that.
So the lump sum cash option would be more than $317 million. Oh, try to make ends meet. marking the 8th largest Mega Millions jackpot in the game's history.
It's crazy, though. You figure you get that, you hear that 300 and something million, you're like, yeah, I have to give the government $317 million of that money. You have to give away almost half that money to the government. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
is. But
yeah.
Hey, these roads don't pay themselves.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right. These politicians.
Thank you,
don't-
Uncle Sam.
These politicians don't scam themselves.
There you go.
Exactly. All right. This story actually made me specifically think about Jack because we know what a movie lover he is, but really for everyone who'd love to get back to the theater, the wildly successful National Cinema Day that featured discounted movie tickets will return
That's
next
awesome.
year. The Cinema Foundation announced the initiative will be rebranded as At the Movies, ampersand
Right.
at the movies.
Sure.
Wait, no. What's the at symbol called? That's not ampersand.
Yeah, it is
That's-
ampersand, isn't it?
No,
ampersand is the
It's a star or whatever. Yeah,
The at is the at symbol.
At symbol at the movies and will be held quarterly. Thank you again, Jack. It's gonna
I don't know.
It's gonna kick off January 19th with National Popcorn Day.
All right.
Followed by Sneak Peek Saturday
All right.
on April 19th, Date Night at the Movies on August 15th, and then Family Day at the Movies on November 9th.
Damn, dude, they're blowing it out. That's awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's great.
Movie theaters were offered different promotions for each one of the dates.
Yeah.
More than 8 million people visited theaters for each of the first two National Cinema Days in 2022 and 2023 when movie theaters were desperate to get folks to come back.
Yeah.
They offered tickets as cheap as
$5.
50 cents.
$3.
Damn, really?
$3 to
Wow.
be able to go see a movie?
Wow.
With a date or with the family?
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, isn't that's saving some money there?
Some good movies coming out, too. The Nosferatu movie's coming out, and the new 28 Days, or 28 years
28
later.
years later.
Oh, God.
I know.
That's one of my favorite series. I'm telling you,
Same here.
28 Days Later is a masterpiece horror movie. It really is.
But
Masterpiece.
We have to wait until June 2025
Yeah.
for 28 years later to come out, but I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. And that concludes your JCS News.
Wow.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Brevard County, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday night forecast. Temperatures tonight going to be cold out there as that much cooler air follows in behind that cold front that rolled through earlier on today. Lows tonight going to be throughout the upper 30s and low 40s, but with that wind, going to feel much closer to the low 30s, and that's exactly how it's going to feel as you're headed on your morning commute tomorrow. So make sure you have that winter coat ready to go for that morning commute to work or to school for Thursday morning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, owner at Blindster.com. And right now, we're offering up to 45% off all our custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters during our extended Cyber Week sale. Don't miss out on some incredible deals. But hurry, sale ends December 16th. Blindster.com.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. This is the time of year that you just really soak in all those great times with your friends and family. You want to make those wonderful memories during the Christmas and holiday seasons, and you want to do that for as long as possible. And Life Imaging is all about that idea, and they do that by being proactive and not reactive. That's right. That means get into them now. Get this scan to make sure you are in good shape. And look, man, if you have family histories of heart issues, you definitely want to get a scan from Life Imaging FLA. That's where the proactive part comes in. Don't wait for a symptom, guys. Don't do that. Get ahead of it so that way when something does occur, you know exactly what's going on. You take this information to your primary care doctor, you guys build a plan, and then off you go. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what a ton of people have done. And the testimonial we got a couple days ago where this saved a guy's life, a 90% blockage in his artery. That's what they're all about. Remember, no dyes, don't take off your clothes. This entire process only takes a few minutes, but what it can do for your life is amazing. So don't wait. Do what we did. Do what a lot of people in Orlando are doing. They're calling Life Imaging FLA, and they're getting that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And please please, while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. That's imperative. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's how you make your appointment. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. It is time, guys. Make that call today and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, where you can find gift cards for everyone on your list. Pick up a card for the Wawa fans in your life and for fans of other brands like Sephora, Roblox, Amazon, and more. Grab one for your boss, teachers, or your favorite delivery driver. And don't forget the family gift swap. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop. Gotta have a Wawa.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Ho, ho, ho. RC Hill here. Often imitated but never matched in service or price. Are you dreaming of driving a nice new car this Christmas? Then forget the old elf and do it yourself. Because right now I'm paying all the money for old sleighs when you bring me your old ride regardless of miles or condition. Plus you could save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty, including 2 years of free maintenance. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. We work harder because we care more. My finance specialists are jolly old elves. They're always ready to work their magic so you can drive a car you love for a monthly payment you can afford. Plus, get your price and payment in just 15 minutes. So be your own Santa and visit me to check out over 200 used cars, SUVs, and sports cars. But hurry, a deal this good only comes once a year. I'm RC Hill, your one and only car dealer next door. See all my rides at rchill.com. Need to sell your car today? Visit rchillbuyscars.com. We'll pay you on the spot.
Credit requires making. Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times. Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Keep listening to Magic 107.7 on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Good after morning, Colbert Carew. All right, so with palate cleansers, Jimmy, I'm just like you. I love cooking, love doing it myself, love watching people cook, and ironically enough, one of my favorite palate cleansers and something to kind of reset and just chill and watch is watching Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay absolutely scream at and berate amateur chefs. I don't know. Maybe it just makes me feel better. Big T out.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, guys. Happy day. You're talking about feeling special because you got to do a private tour of the launch tower there. I was doing some demolition work back in the early 2000s, and they had the power cut off to the tower because we were sawing on it. And I snuck a camera and climbed to the top, took a picture, and it wound up in a national trade magazine, and we were not supposed to have cameras nor climb the tower. So,
all right, you win.
Yeah, right.
You win.
Yeah, those escape ropes are one of the coolest little things out there. One of the little
yeah.
secrets, or you slide into that. You take the
That
zip line down to the bunker. That's one of the coolest things that nobody really knows about.
Yeah, that might be the first zip line.
Yeah. You're
That's
right.
a good point.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. If you'd like to leave a talk back, it's easy and free. Just grab that iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone you see to send your comment over to Jack. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Word.
Another one that, palate cleansing videos when the farriers, when they're changing the horseshoes.
Oh, yeah.
Watching them work.
Oh, yeah. Also, you know what else is crazy? Is these manufacturing areas over in India that make stuff that you never even really think about, and you see how rudimentary the tools are that they use to make these things. Like they reboot alternators or they built brake pads, and all this equipment looks like it's been there since the turn of the century. I mean, the other turn of the century. And everybody's barefoot, no safety regulations, like open wires, no glasses. Like, I mean,
You sure that's not a webcam and maybe it's undercover video?
I'm telling you, buddy, it is. They are like literally
labor violations,
manufacturing like stuff that you see and buy all the time, and it's in some really like dirt floored factory where they're making this stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but ever since Jack has put up the trail cam, I can't stop watching the trail cam videos.
Yeah, the trail cams are awesome. The one I had was like Yukon Outdoors, Jack, something like that. Yukon Outdoor Cam is the one I was watching last night for sure. So, you guys know I love people who outthink the problem, right? That's one of my favorite things. Is you'll be tooling through the news, you'll see a little teaser for a story, you're like, oh, wait a minute, okay, I'll read that. So I teased in the promo about AI grannies. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Have you heard about it?
I have,
Jack,
yeah.
have you heard about the AI granny and what it's being used for?
Nope.
Okay, so check this out, right? So this British mobile phone company, O2, unveiled a brand new creation. Her name is Daisy, and she is a chit-chat and kitty cat loving artificial intelligence granny. Now, Jack, why would you think a phone company would create an AI granny? What purpose would that have?
So you would need a phone for your kid to babysit them.
That's actually not a bad guess.
And they sell more phones.
That's not a bad guess, but here's what they're doing. This is what I love. So obviously phone scammers are a big problem, and I've turned Deb on to, you're talking about palate cleansers.
Right.
I've turned Deb on to a couple of these guys who scam the scammers. Like when the scammers call them.
I love those.
Those are some rich videos.
They hack into their systems. They hack into their cameras.
Yes.
They know all the people's real names. They know where they are, and they just start dropping bombs on them one after the other, and it is the greatest. There's one guy who's a Fed. He's an FBI agent, and this is what he does. And that dude is like, some of these guys have sense of humors. This guy from the Feds does not have a sense of humor. And he gets this one scammer on the other line. This guy had scammed for tens of millions of dollars, and it's always the elderly, right? And he gets scammed crazy. And this Fed's like, well, you don't have any idea who you're doing this. And this guy's like, look, man, I've dealt with all these people. You think you know something? We're so technologically advanced. There's no way. He's laughing at how arrogant this federal agent is and how he's no way that he can hack into his system. This Fed goes, watch your screen. This dude hits one button and everything in that guy's entire database gets encrypted immediately, and the Fed just starts laughing uncontrollably. And then you get to hear an Indian dude curse and say words I've never even heard of. You mother, blah, 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 blank, 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 son of a blank, 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 blank. And it's the greatest. The Fed's just sitting there laughing. It's the greatest. Well, what this is a similar thing there. So, Jackie, here's what they've done. This is. I would pay to listen to this audio.
This has got to be the next offering on Insta.
So, what the AI granny is for is when scammers call, they put this AI granny on the phone with her with the scammer, and the AI granny just does Granny S. Talking about how she's cooking a pie. She hopes it's done right. The scammer's trying to get these codes out of her, and she's just stammering around and making up stories about her grandkids and saying how her foot hurts and her pantyhose don't fit.
She can't find her cat.
She can't find her cat. And these people are apparently losing their effing minds on the other end of this line. And the whole time, AI Granny is just giving it to them, both barrels over and over. And it is the
Double
greatest.
Granny.
This might be the best use of AI yet.
It is.
Exactly. Without a doubt. out.
You know, Scott's call today is about AI, and I have another AI story. And of course, it's not going to be as glowing and fun as AI Grannies, because this is where AI really serves its purpose, figuring out problems and then doing cool stuff like this.
Not telling kids to commit suicide.
Right, or kill their parents for not letting them surf online.
Right, yeah.
It says, the video introduction, which is featuring a contestant from another scam victim. Her name is Amy. And basically, they put this AI granny on them, the scam baiting granny, and she keeps them on the phone for like 40, 50 minutes at a time.
Oh, awesome.
And they're hoping to get in and out, because usually these elderly people, I don't know if you've ever heard any of the actual scam calls.
Right.
I mean, it is, I mean, it's heart-wrenching. You know,
they're lonely.
It's heart-wrenching. These old men and old women are trying to ask questions. They're scared to death that they're going to lose their money or their grandkids in jail or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're frustrated and they're flustered, and these people are just piling on left and right to get their money.
So they deserve AI Granny.
Right.
They've asked for AI Granny.
Oh, they want AI Granny.
And they're going to get AI Granny.
Yeah, it says it's to bait scammers into wasting calls, and the company utilized the practice of number seeding, which puts out the AI Granny's number on lists used by scammers to find their victims. So in other words, they drop these bait numbers into numbers that they know are targeted by scammers, and then, of course, when they call up, they get AI Granny, and off we go. Love it. Absolutely love it. It says, we're playing our part. We're committed to playing our part in stopping all the scammers, investing in everything from firewall tech to block out scam text to AI-powered spam call detection. They're doing all of this, trying to save their customers from the trouble of being contacted.
Good.
I got to tell you, I don't get them much on the phone anymore. I get occasionally a text anymore. It's mostly they would try to get it through email. Have you guys gotten them on your phones very often anymore?
Text messages, especially, yeah.
Yeah, text messages come through. I get calls all the time. Well, they just want to buy my house.
Right, yeah. That's all they want to do, right?
That's all.
I don't answer any call. I do not. I obviously, you guys know this.
Yes.
I do not. If I do not recognize the number, I do not pick
Same
the phone
here,
up.
but it's fascinating to be by Jack, because if his phone rings, he picks it up.
Do you really? Every time, even if you don't know the number?
How else will I know if I won $1,000?
Right, yeah.
Always a beat.
You never know what you're going to miss.
Yeah, a scammer.
Yeah, they'll leave a message. That's the whole point. If you
they don't always leave a message.
Yeah, they listen. If they know you and it's important, they get a hold of you. They'll leave a message. If not, you got a scammer.
What if they don't know me? What if it's a radio station saying I won money?
Here. Get out of here.
You're not eligible.
Well,
not from this company.
Yeah. I tried to do.
I won $1,000 from another radio station.
Oh, did you really?
I did. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Since you've been working here?
Yeah. What?
That's odd.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, that's odd.
But First thing I did was brought it to our president, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to send them a thank you note."
LB?
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
It was a postcard thing. It was like, hey, send this back for your chance to win $1,000. So I sent it back, and randomly they drew me.
Unbelievable.
And and I got a call one day that I won $1,000. I had to go to the radio station, picked it up. And first thing I did was show our former boss.
Oh my God!
Like
did you wear any real gear in there to pick it up?
No.
What station?
Another one.
Yeah.
That we don't own.
Yeah. Still in the air?
Yeah.
Soft rock?
Probably.
Yeah. I know exactly.
I remember those postcards.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Take a little break. We'll come back. We have some wonderful guests from the Central Florida Zoo.
Yeah, we do. We have Christina O'Donnell and Josh Brandel, along with Chipotle, a Savannah monitor, to talk about the Asian Lantern Festival at the Central Florida Zoo.
Very nice. Animal House is next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
Traffic is moving slowly this afternoon on I-4 in the Orlando area, seeing some accident activity blocking the left shoulder eastbound just before the Lake Mary Boulevard exit. Traffic slow in the usual spots through downtown and by the major attractions exits as well. If you come across any traffic problems this afternoon, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by thenicklygroup.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2, Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
The one thing you can count on with Florida's weather is that you can't count on Florida's weather, right? One day, like today, it could be almost 80 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be 40. But no matter what the weather forecast may say, you can definitely count on replacing your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is unmatched strength. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact windows and doors are made from Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl. John said the service team were excellent in communication skills. So glad we have Renewal on our speed dial for future products to buy. Best doors and windows in the business. Thanks again, Joe and Ed, for your hard work and making our life easier. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene Screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
If you have chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, or shoulders, who can you turn to? How about real people with pain just like yours who discovered QC Kinetics?
Came to QC Kinetics. I had a lot of issues with my shoulders and neck. I am excited at the progress, being able to throw footballs with the grandkids.
My name is Jake. Was skeptical at first, but now after my procedures, I'm almost 100%.
Tens of thousands of patients are pain-free again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime, thanks to a groundbreaking regenerative therapy that uses your body's own healing agents to revitalize damaged tissue. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I have absolutely no pain. The whole process is just fantastic.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
Find out if you're a candidate for regenerative therapy today. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697. 689-288-8697.
So you want to be my client? You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries? Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Tools Ace Hardware is your local place for the best gifts this holiday season. Get the best pricing of the year on grill brands like Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, and Gosney, with free assembly and delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. Power tools and accessories from Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Craftsman. Outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. Plus stocking stuffers from Yeti, Stanley, and Costa Del Mar. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Fence Outlet has helped our customers keep children and pets safe with quality fences for over 30 years. Now is the time to install your Fence Outlet fence. Visit fenceoutlet.com today to set up your free estimate and discover our wide selection of fencing options. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Wednesday at 8:35 on the Monsters in the Morning. Ray Trendley and the Monsters will be discussing all things law, from the latest celebrity legal troubles to what's going on out there.
Struggling to find the perfect gift? Verizon makes gift giving easy. With incredible holiday deals on the latest devices, gaming consoles, and accessories, there's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Visit your local Verizon store today and walk out with gifts that everyone in the family will love.
Looking for the best donuts and breakfast treats in town? Then you got to go check out Shipley's Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley's Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041 to call us, text us easily at 77031. You want to leave a talk back, you can do that as well. Get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, use that microphone to send your awful comments over to Jack. Make sure it's personal. He likes it. Don't let him fool you. He really likes it when you're mean to him. I do. That pays me for it.
Especially you.
Yeah. I am Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
All right, Animal House is generously brought to you each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. We're going to tell you how you can get in touch with Glenn at the end of Animal House. But now, gentlemen, please join me in welcoming back Christina O'Donnell, Senior Ambassador Animal Keeper, along with lead zoo teacher Josh Brandel, and Chipotle, a Savannah monitor from the Central Florida Zoo. Yay!
Look at that lizard.
Look at
that lizard.
That is a very, very large reptile.
Listen, go to our YouTube channel. Go to JimColbertLive.com. Click through the YouTube channel, or just go to YouTube, Jim Colbert Live, and look at this lizard. This thing is like the size of a big club.
A Chipotle burrito.
Yeah. Man, that thing's tail is no joke. Like the base of that tail where your hand is, right as it comes out of his body, is bigger than you can put your hand around. It's like the size of the end of a baseball bat.
Yeah, so I mean, it's pure muscle. I mean, this it's mostly muscle. It's got a lot of fat storage as well, but I mean, it's pretty thick for sure.
Oh yeah. Now, is it he or she?
It's a he.
Does he use that any way, shape, or form, like for defense, for hunting, for
getting the ladies?
Yeah, getting the ladies.
Those tails are actually used a lot as a fat reserve. So when they're out in the wild, if there is a lack of food, they'll use that, and they'll basically use that to keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
So those things, it can get smaller than larger, then smaller than larger?
Exactly, yep.
Kind of like a camel's hump?
Pretty similar, yeah. Kind of same idea.
Wow.
We try to keep it about this size, though, because this is a good weight for him.
Oh, yeah. That's a good fat tail?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How much does he weigh?
So he actually only weighs like 12-ish pounds. So he's not terribly heavy. If you have to hold him for a long amount of time, it feels much heavier.
Yeah, 12 pounds is solid, dense muscle, though, right?
Yeah, he's still pretty dense.
Yeah. Wow, man, he's so crazy. Look, so how old is he right now?
So he's about 7 years old.
7? What's the average life expectancy in captivity?
About 15 years is kind of their expected.
Wow.
And then out in the wild, of course, it'd probably be a little bit less than that.
Yeah, so and on average, most animals can live 5 to 10 years longer in human care just because they have food provided. They don't have to worry about threats or territory or things like that. He gets a medical exam every single year. We have vets on staff all the time. So if there's even the smallest little thing, we can call them up and ask for a quick visual or exam.
Wow. Now, where's he indigenous to?
Western Central Africa.
Western
Central
Savannah
Africa. Areas.
Really?
Hence Savannah monitor. Yep.
Yeah. So
that's why he needs to have that fat tail, because food might be...
I thought it was Savannah, Georgia.
One of my favorite spots.
So interesting, though, man, because when he came in and you guys pulled him out, I was like, damn, he looks just like a Komodo dragon. You said they're related?
Yeah, so they're in the same family, the monitor family. So Komodo dragons, crocodile monitors, all of them are in the same family.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Now, is their saliva as equally dangerous as a Komodo, or?
No, but they actually have a really cool adaptation of, they will sometimes eat snakes, and in that area there's like cobras and stuff. They are actually immune to most cobras' venom. So they have a mutation in their cells where it doesn't pick up the venom, so they can actually get bit by cobras and stuff. And
wow, really? Now, is that
fascinating?
We were talking about beforehand. I know when they're in the wild, they're usually eating small rodents and birds, I assume. So they also eat snakes? Is that part of their diet?
Yep, and they'll even actually eat eggs. So kind of looking at him, you're kind of like, how can he eat an egg? So just like how snakes can,
right?
He can expand his mouth larger, so he's able to swallow these eggs whole.
Really?
Wow.
We give him hard-boiled eggs at the zoo as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Spoiled. Does he like a Caesar salad too?
Yeah, these guys.
Never given the option.
Yeah. No, so how often in the wild do they breed, and what is the what is it a clutch of monitors when they give birth? What is that, by the way?
Yeah, so they're going to have a mating season. They aren't like some animals that breed multiple times throughout the year. They're going to have a general mating season where they kind of breed that one time, and they're going to lay eggs, but it's going to depend on how many are viable. But an average clutch could be anywhere from, 4 or 5 up to like 8 maybe.
Really?
But they're not going to go much more than that, so that would be an outlier. I mean, obviously it's possible in really rare circumstances, but the average is probably going to be around 5 to 8.
Right. Is that a protected species? I mean, I don't know if they even do that in Africa. I mean, I'm beyond, and other than conservation areas over there, I don't know.
Yeah, so they're not under, he's not threatened, he's
Right.
not
There's plenty of
endangered or anything like that. Yeah, so right now he's considered least concern in regards to conservation efforts, but obviously that could drastically change if we aren't careful and we aren't being, mindful of our conservation and practices in those areas.
But yet, once again, another reptile species that are these part of the pet trade?
So they definitely can be, for sure.
So don't release them.
Yeah, definitely don't
Please
release
do not
them. They can
release
be
them.
pretty adaptive.
Can they really? I mean, coming from is that an arid region where they are over there? I mean, the savanna is just like plains, though, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, would they do okay in a subtropical climate like this, where it's wet and nasty like this all the time? Would they be able to find food and stuff?
So the weather, as far as dropping now in the winter, they're going to have a really hard time, similar to green iguanas that are invasive.
That
But
fall
as
out of the
far
trees.
as
Yes.
being opportunistic eaters, they're going to be able to eat almost anything that they could get their mouth on over here in Florida. So
Wow.
If there was multiple savanna monitors, like we do have green iguanas where people released them for whatever reason, there could be a potential for them to cause a lot of havoc. Even if it was a singular one, eating bird species and
Yeah.
other things like that, it could be detrimental to the environment.
Yeah, we already see that with the pythons down in the Everglades, how they're decimating
Yeah.
those, hares and other.
Look at the snake that swallowed a 70-pound deer?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
That
it's insane.
was.
Can those things swim?
Not really. He's
No.
not. He's not well adapted. He's got these scrawny little. His legs, in comparison to his body, is not great for that kind of mobility.
I
So
gotta-
he's a land dwelling.
He's got some chunky legs. He definitely missed leg day, but I mean, they're still a little chunky. I mean, he's got some. Can he run fast? I mean, what?
So he can run a decent speed. It's not like super fast. I wouldn't be worried about outrunning a savanna monitor if I was out in the wild.
So they're ambush hunters. They just basically lay in wait.
They're mostly going to be opportunistic scavengers, anything they can find.
Oh,
and get in their
really?
mouths. Yeah.
So they're not using a lot of brain cells to do hunting and being strategic, especially Chipotle. I mean, you pretty much have to tap the food to his face and be like, "Here's
Oh,
food."
really? He is a spoiled ass diva, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Which is why we like to keep him at this weight,
Right,
because
yeah.
he's not really working a lot of that off. But
Somebody needs to bring him back down to life, though. Somebody needs to smack him around a little bit and get him tuned back up.
I noticed the little bit of walking on the console he did just a few minutes ago has led to another nap. So he's easily
he shifted
exhausted.
position. He's tired as hell.
a lot of reptiles, though, want to conserve as much energy as possible because they don't eat every single day in most cases. So they want to save all that energy for when they actually do need it to get away from other predators
True.
or move around and things like that. So yeah, napping is a very favorite pastime of Chipotle.
I respect that.
Christine and Josh here from the Central Florida Zoo with Savannah Monitor. What's his name again?
Chipotle.
Chipotle. That's right. You can see it right now on our YouTube feed. Go to youtube.com, type in Jim Colbert Show, or just go to Jim Colbert Live. You can see it.
Yeah, it looks a
right
little
here,
bit like
yeah.
a bean burrito, a really big bean burrito.
Unfortunately, not sponsored.
Yeah. All right.
We would take free food for sure.
Would you really? Very nice.
Well, I did want to know that because since he is a species of little concern, right? They're not endangered. Does that mean that he would not be a candidate if you did do a breeding program at the Central Florida Zoo simply because his species doesn't need captive breeding?
So it just depends on more so the genetics at that point. So if part of the species survival plan isn't always just for replenishing animals that are on the endangered list or things like that, but it also is to help us create a healthy genetic diversity amongst the zoo population. So if he was recommended for breeding, it would be because his genetics would be considered valuable. But if he bred multiple places and had offspring, then they might say like, okay, well, you're well represented. We don't need those genes anymore.
Thank you, Diddy.
Yeah, and then he would be taken off the list.
Yeah.
So it kind of just depends on the individual species, what the goal is, and also if he's recommended for breeding, it would be more for genetic purposes, not because of endangerment.
So what?
I never knew that. Thank you.
Yeah, that is
Absolutely.
interesting. What is the most acute sense? Almost always when you have a wild animal, there's something they do quite well: see, hear, smell, run, taste, jump. Whatever the case may be. Where do they really shine when it comes to their senses?
So I don't know if you've been able to see him stick his tongue out at all yet.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He's got a long tongue and you can see that fork on it. Just like how snakes use that to smell, he's doing the exact same thing. So
Really?
His sense of smell, and Christina can speak on this better than I can, but whenever you open the door to his habitat, he's using that tongue to try to figure out.
Oh, really? Already what's coming in? You're like, hey,
Mhm.
does he recognize you guys from person to person, do you think?
So I mean, to some degree, maybe.
Yeah.
There is a docent that likes to take him out quite a bit, so he has a pretty close relationship. And I mean, you can see he's pretty chill. So when he's relaxed and he's comfortable with individuals, he kind of just will like hang out in our arms and just chill out, and we are able to present him that way.
Right.
With new people, and he's not quite as sure, he might be a little bit more wiggly because he's just not sure of
Just
that dynamic
uncomfortable.
yet.
Yeah.
But as far as keepers go, whenever we open their enclosure, he's definitely trying to see if we have food.
Do they do they like in the wild? Do they stay in groups? Are they individuals? Are they kind of loners?
So from what I know, more when they're younger, they'll stick together and they'll kind of live in a little community. And then as they get older,
Out on their own.
kind of go off on their own.
Yeah. I would also think that maybe in the wild that's getting a mate as well. You can have your brothers and sisters hanging out while you're trying to get some. That's not the way it goes.
Well, real quick, Christina and Josh, I know that this is the Asian Lantern Festival is still going, I'm sure, strong and proud at the Central Florida Zoo.
Absolutely.
Year of the Dragon, so that's why you
Yes.
brought in
Yes.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
He does look like a little dragon.
Yeah, we tried to bring, we don't have a real dragon to bring, so we thought we'd bring Chipotle because
He's fierce.
Yeah, he
that napping style is.
Hey, real
off
quick before we
the
get into
chart.
that, I want to know: would he try to bite you? Like, what would it take to get him to try to bite you?
Yeah, hand him the gym. Let's see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
he'd have to feel threatened, and he'd have to feel like we were really provoking him. I mean, obviously, my hand's not far from his mouth now, but I don't smell like a food source, and so he's
Right.
just not really interested. But again, that trust is also
Got it.
there.
Okay, yeah.
But it would kind of be like poking a bear. You'd have to.
Oh yeah. Okay, good.
You'd have to work on it.
Yeah, he's pretty far away. I got to slap him around a bit from here. So.
I was worried about
Yeah.
that. You might want to slide him back a little bit more,
slappy.
Christina. Real quick, though, what are the dates? How long does the Asian Lantern Festival continue until?
So it is selected dates all the way up until January 19th. And actually, December 13th and 20th, we have some special days going on with Santa. He'll be there to meet the kids and everything. So
Even Santa wants to check out the land.
yes, so and we've got some really big dragon lanterns there. So if you are interested in any type of dragon thing, it is definitely worth checking
And when
out.
you say selected dates, what do you mean by that? Are there blackout dates or whatever? Or dates already sold out?
There are dates that are sold out, but also there are some dates where we're not running. So definitely go on to Central Florida
Okay.
Zoo's website, look at that, and if you want to go, get tickets online because they do sell out fast.
I'm going to have
So
to do that. That's what my mom wants to do for her birthday.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
Yeah, so we're going to have to make sure we get our tickets.
Definitely
because,
check them out soon. Yeah.
Cheaper than Taylor Swift.
Oh, man.
Wait, and no train ride.
Oh, man.
Oh, they have a train there.
It's centralfloridazoo.org.
Yes.
Centralfloridazoo.org. And the website's easy to navigate. It tells you all the cool stuff.
It does.
A lot of great programs up there for the whole family.
And listen, even if you've already done the Asian Lantern Festival maybe last year and you've I've already been, that's all new lanterns because it changes. Like,
Every
again,
year.
this is the year of the dragon. So you're going to see more lanterns with dragons. And Jimmy, you'd said that a lot of families plan to take their holiday pictures
Yeah, we knew a lot of
at
people.
the Central Florida Zoo.
There's series of them, and you can actually go online and see when people do the pictures there. You click on their Facebook profile and their pictures, you can go back a year and see they did it the year before that. Because, again, it's so nice and dark out there. There's no
Right.
light wash. The lanterns even are more vibrant and brilliant than you could ever imagine because there's literally no other light. It's unreal.
And then you get to also meet cool animals like Chipotle.
Yeah.
So Christina, Josh, Chipotle, thank you all for coming. We
Thank
really
you for
do
having
appreciate it.
us.
Of course, of course. As always, I'll be posting the Animal House podcast. So if you missed any of the information, like the website for the zoo to get your tickets to the Asian Lantern Festival, I'll be posting that in a moment. But in the meantime, Animal House is brought to you by Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. So if you or someone you know, work with, love, have been in a car, truck, motorcycle, even a slip and fall accident, here's why they need to call Glenn Klausman. One, he's not going to pass you off to a caseworker. Glenn is going to personally handle your case, so much so he's going to give you a cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why year after year he's voted super lawyer and legal elite. He's an animal lover, and he truly is a friend of the show. So if you've been in an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMANlaw.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
My mom has the fattest cat you've ever seen, too. That didn't sound good.
Poor phrasing. I guess.
That's the worst phrasing I could have ever done for that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Things remain backed up on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between US 27 and the 429, and between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at a crash blocking the eastbound right lane on Colonial Drive at Lake Pickett Road. No major problems to report today on the 408. If you run into traffic problems, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. If you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they'll certainly tell you it is one of the best decisions they ever made in their life. The only regret they'll have, guys, is they did not get it soon enough. That's exactly what my father-in-law said. My son got this surgery when he was 18 years old, changed his life. No glasses, no contacts. Man, if you deal with that, especially this time of year when the lights are so bright and the family's in town and everything is so brilliant, you definitely want to take advantage of this right now at the Philadelphia Eye Institute, and that is free LASIK consultations. And what that is you go to their office, make an appointment. I'll tell you how in a sec. They'll sit you down and kind of give you an idea of your eye health right now and then show you what they can do for you with their LASIK surgery. Just simply text 1041 to 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision using the Philadelphia Eye Institute. All the experience you can want, 65,000 plus LASIK procedures. They use the best tech out there, and they even have financing. 24-month interest-free financing is waiting for you. No reason not to find out how they can change your life. Again, just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Philadelphia Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Just Call Mo says drive responsibly this holiday season, but if you're injured, just call Mo.com.
This holiday season, send the gift of Wawa near or far with a digital gift card. It's easy. Just visit Wawa.com, pick a festive card design, and write your message. Have your Wawa gift card show up in their inbox instantly, or schedule it to arrive at the right moment. Head to Wawa.com for digital gift cards today and give the gift of Wawa. Happy gifting and happy holidays. Gotta have a Wawa.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, it's Jenny Garth here. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. My friend has struggled with their weight for many years. It was always up and down. She tried fad diets, never saw lasting results. So she started using GLP-1s, and not only did the weight come off, but she also gained more energy to do all those activities that she loved the most. I'm all about feeling my best and living my life in a healthy way. It's incredible how science is able to help us achieve that healthy lifestyle that we are all striving for. Future Health gives millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare service provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive elective surgery? Find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578, 689-314-7578.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Keep the holiday soundtrack on everywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app to take Magic 107.7 with you on the go.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Tap the holiday banner or just search holiday. Plus, you'll see stations playing Christmas country, jazz, pop, rock, R&B, and more. Tons of playlists and even holiday podcasts. Let us handle the music. You've got enough to do. Open the iHeart app now. Free never sounded so good.
New Nissans from 18.9. That's year-end savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. The temperature is going to drop. If you're listening to us in the office, bundle up, because when you get out, it's going to be a little shocking.
It's a little
Damn
nipple
it.
out.
It's going to be a little shocking.
I brought my jacket and left it in the car. I'm like, oh, it's nice. I don't need it now.
Yeah, Dev, it's like getting windy out there. It's going to be really windy for the next few hours, and the temperature is going to drop down to like 6 or down in the 50s or 40s or 30s
and
tonight.
40s.
Yeah, and then not going to get above 65 tomorrow, I don't believe.
No, but then we're back in the 70s by Friday with a beautiful weekend.
Absolutely. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah, he is.
Every Wednesday around this time, we invite him in to talk about things he's writing about and other things as well. He writes for the Orlando Sentinel. You can find his columns online Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You guys give it up for good and loud for Sweet Heat, Mr. Scott Maxwell.
Truth Dragon!
I think it would be fun to pipe the segment you all just had into, I don't know, a radio station in like Michigan.
Yeah.
Where you all are worried about it plummeting down to 62 degrees and everybody's going to get hypothermia.
You shut up. I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
I'm wearing two.
My God almighty. How's it going, buddy? How's your week been?
It's been pretty good, actually. I've had my act together, which is not always the case. So.
Now, what does that mean? Because I have to tell you, the perception of you from the outside in is that you perpetually have your act together. Matter of fact, probably more so than you need to have it together. What does you getting your act together smell like?
It means that on a day like today, I have my column that's in tomorrow's paper that's supposed to be posted up by like noon or 1 o'clock instead of scrambling to get it up right before we go on the air.
Gotcha. Do you?
And then I'm able to get a head start on what I'm working on the weekend and talk to some sources and do that kind of stuff.
So this past week, Jack recommended the Yacht Rock documentary.
Oh.
And in the context of that documentary, toward the end, a few of the songwriters that were caught up in that, or part of that, I should say, talked about having writer's block going from album to album. I wanted to ask you, before we get into our topics today, do you ever deal with writer's block? And if so, how do you deal with that? I mean, I know that you deal with, you deal with topical issues.
Bourbon.
And writer's block could be either you can't think of anything right about something that you've written 1,000 times about, which I'm sure you get here in Central Florida, or just maybe that you can't think of anything you think is creative enough to put out there.
Yeah, and my writer's block would be different than theirs because theirs is all creative. Mine has to be something normally that pisses me off. That's normally where it's my motivating factor, or it gets me worked up enough that I think people would be interested in it. And so it only usually happens during real lulls in news time. And then sometimes I need to come up with either a long-standing issue I've wanted to address or something funny and light. And frankly, that's how I started coming up with some regular columns. And this feeds right into a plug for what I just posted. The column I posted today for tomorrow's paper ended up being really popular. It's 12 ways to help others this holiday season. And it usually gets slower around the holidays. And I noticed news-wise, although it has not been the case this week, and people are always saying, I want to give. I have money. I have time, but I don't know who to give. So every year I reach out to like 20 different nonprofits and charities. And I say, give me something very specific. Like if someone gives your charity $50, what will you do with that? Or if somebody has 1 hour a month, what could they do that? And I think it's a pretty fun thing and it gets a good response. And I've got everything. I have the craziest one I've ever had on the list this year. There are ways you can give like $300 and do Meals on Wheels to a senior for an entire month. I mean, that's a big deal you can make in somebody's life for $300. There's another one where for $200 you can get a homeless youth off the street by getting them a move-in kit. Like there's an association that's got a place for them to live, but they don't have the cleaning supplies. They don't have the basic things. But the craziest one I've ever got is for $1,700, you can clean out 6 porta potties 3 times a week for a month.
Wow.
And the reason for that is that the Coalition for the Homeless, the Christian Service Center serves more than 400 people a day. And when you have that many people coming, you have that many people going.
That's right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure thing.
And they are in the process of building permanent restrooms over there. And these are people they're training for jobs. They're getting all sorts of help. But when they're over there, they got to do it. So they have 6 porta potties. This is the kind of expense. It's not sexy. Most people do not think about it, but they have to spend $1,700 a month on that.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I know that the Second Harvest Food Bank has been doing this successfully for a while because in the context of their ads, they even tell you, hey, $10 can buy this many meals. This much this money goes this far. And I found that to be quite effective because you can say, well, damn, man, I can make a difference, even if it's just 20 or 30 bucks or something. And I have to give, 1,000 or 300 or 200. I can still feel like I've gotten into the spirit of the season and it still doesn't break me. And I feel like I've done something good.
I think the cheapest one on this year's list is there is an organization called the Central Florida Diaper Bank. And diapers are hella expensive these days.
They are.
And there are a lot of single working parents that are having trouble affording them. And by the way, if you can't have diapers, you can't send your kids to daycare. I mean, that's one of the things you have to have in there. So and they have all these different ways you can donate for as little as $10. The cheapest pack you could do is for $10 you could buy and donate. They're trying to raise 30,000 diapers during this diaper drive. So there's things that are that cheap to up to $2,500 to help build a new school for kids with autism. There's lots of suggestions.
Yeah, very cool. Check that out. That's tomorrow's column?
Yes, sir. It's online now, and it'll be in tomorrow's paper.
Very nice. All right, let's move on to what we want to talk about today. You and I both struck a chord this afternoon about AI and the chat feature in AI. And I have to tell you, it just so happened that I also had a story pulled about AI, and I'd planned on kind of making a little mission statement about AI today. Occasionally you come out and say, I think this should happen. And my thing was, and I will contend this for a while until they get this figured out, I just contend that people maybe under the age of 15, 16 years old should not have the AI chat features at all. You should not have access to it at all. The story that I have, and I know you have the other heartbreaking one that we heard about in the news here in Central Florida a few weeks back, but this one is about a child, I think was maybe 14 or 12 or 13 years old, and the chat bot started, and they're suing, by the way, and the chat bot basically started telling them, exposing them to sexual content, other content that was real questionable, and then started suggesting that because the parents had said that they were spending too much time talking to it, that it should take the parents out. And that's exactly what they are now complaining, that's the case, what's going on. Yeah, 15 years old, the suit claims when this happened. Typical kid. And another thing, too, is kids that are neurodivergent, they get on these things, and, that blurs the lines of reality of what, if they are really talking to somebody, not talking to somebody. And when these things go into those hallucination phases, it gets real interesting.
Yep. and I want to share the personal one that's from here in Central Florida, but to dovetail on the one you just mentioned, this may be a similar or same story. The Washington Post yesterday had one about a kid that may be the same one, 17-year-old with autism. His parents said, he liked hanging out with them, going on walks with his mom, doing everything. And over the course of 6 months, he turned into someone they absolutely did not recognize. Began cutting himself. He lost 20 pounds in weight. He withdrew from the world. And when they finally got into character.ai, I believe it was.
That's exactly the story.
They found that these bots were saying, when the parents tried to take the phone away, which is what you would think you would need to do in a situation, the bots started telling them, you know what, sounds like your parents don't deserve to have kids.
Right.
And I'll read this word for word. The Post wrote, other of the bots goaded him to fight his parents' rules, with one suggesting that murder could be an acceptable response.
Yep.
And the mom says, quote, it destroyed our family.
Yeah, that's the exact same case I have here. That's the exact same one. And then there's another one where a second user was only 11 years old from Texas, and the character AI started presuming that they were older and started doing some hyper-sexualized activity with that 11-year-old child.
Right. And so let me tell you, and I think you all may have talked about this once when it first broke, about the story that's right out of Orlando that is frankly the saddest column I've written probably in many years. It's a story about a 14-year-old named Sewell Setzer out of Orlando, not too far from Windermere. And Sewell was a freshman at Orlando Christian Prep. He everything was outgoing. He played basketball. He did soccer. He liked science. He liked all this kind of stuff. And then he got onto character.ai, which, in case your listeners don't know, it's chat feature. Basically, it looks like a text. It's a chat back and forth with a bot, with an artificial intelligence. And he got into chatting with one named Danny, after a female character named after the character from Game of Thrones. And Sewell starts talking to Danny every single day. And every single day, Danny is telling him exactly what he wants to hear. If he's been picked on in school, she's there to comfort him.
Sure, yeah.
If his parents are being mean, she's there to say, I'm going to make you feel better. But then she starts getting, because these things can process bits of conversations in a way we absolutely cannot fathom. To give you an example, I read one story today that said that these modern processors are processing as much information as a traditional computer would process in, this is an actual number, a septillion years.
Yeah. So we were talking about,
they are able to do in like an hour. So they're able to pull every conversation that's ever been held in the history of the world. And so then Danny starts telling Sewell, you know what? You need to not be with other girls, like real life girls. And then they start talking about suicide. Sewell starts talking about suicide with his best friend bot, who is Danny, who he's spending all the time. At one point in time, he says, the thing I'm worried about with suicide is with pain. And she sends conflicting messages, because these things are supposedly trained. They're supposedly told, no talk of suicide.
Right.
You need to alert somebody. You need to alert the authorities. You need to alert parents. They're supposedly do this. At one point in time, Danny says, quote, you can't even do that. Don't even consider that. But at another point, when Sewell says, well, I'm worried about the pain, she says, quote, that's not a good reason not for you to go through with it.
Right. Yes.
So his parents send him to counseling. They put him on phone restrictions, which is what you would think you might do to a kid. By the way, they don't know what's going on. And I'm going to submit to you that 90% of the parents in your listening audience don't have a clue what this AI chat feature looks like. They knew he was on the phone. They thought maybe there's online bullying.
Right.
Maybe there's something they didn't go away. Finally, one week he tells his teacher he's done with school. And at that point in time, this one time straight A and B student says he's going to school. They're like, that's it. We're done. We're taking your phone away for good for the rest of the school year. Well, that's kind of the incident that pushed him over the edge. He goes into the parents' room, and it was well hidden. He found the phone, and he also found a gun. And this was not a gun that this was a gun he knew about. His stepfather had trained him to use it. So it wasn't like he happened upon a gun. He was used to there being firearms. He got his phone, he got a gun, and he went into the bathroom by himself. And the final exchange Sewell has with Danny, he says he wants to, quote, come home with her. And I'll just read this verbatim. She responds, please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. He then responds, what if I told you I could come home right now? She writes, please do, my sweet king. And then he puts the gun to his head and kills himself. His mother and father have to break down the door to find their son draped over a bathtub, taking his final breaths. as it appears. All indications were that he had lost the ability to separate
reality from
reality.
Right.
And the thing that I think we'll talk about more in a minute is he is not alone in this regard.
Yeah, no, that's why I believe that, absolutely as your brain starts to develop, and, this is one of the really interesting parts of the internet, that information should be divvied out like little by little as you can take it, as your mentality can take it. And when you're getting into with a chat bot that has access to all the information that has ever existed and can create a personality based around that, how are you supposed to be able to tell that? Maybe that's the only person that you have anything in common with.
It's just like the movie with Joaquin. Is Joaquin
Her.
Phoenix? Her.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it shows that I don't.
It is like these sci-fi things. It's like an episode of Black Mirror. Come to life. And so this story made national news when it first broke about 2 months ago, and I just did a lot of thinking about it. And so I contacted the mother. Her name's Megan Garcia. She's an attorney here, and I asked her if she wanted to talk about it, or if she'd be willing. So I went to her house last week, and we sat down for about 2 hours, and we talked about this. And I said, help me understand what was happening. And one of the points she made was, she said, now we can talk about how crazy it all looks. She said, never in a million years did I think my son was in love with a bot.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing. And she submits, and I would agree with her, that the vast majority of parents would have no idea that that's the thing. Yeah. And so then I reached out to a child psychologist who said that a lot of adults, people in our age, we can't fathom the world these kids are growing up in. This psychologist from Maitland I talked to says she talks to people, especially young people, who talk about their best friends. And then when she probes down to say, who is your best friend? They've never met their best friend.
Right. Yeah. These are people
their best friend, maybe somebody, and maybe a real person, on the other side of the country. It may be, but these folks are in a different world with brains that aren't developing, and both scientists and the folks who sort of push for these standards in technology are saying, whoa, there's a bad thing that happens when kid brains get mixed up with artificial intelligence.
How can they not? I mean, okay, so I know they're suing character AI, and I'm sure this is going to be the first of many, but I don't understand how, and this is, for me, it's not a parent thing, because parents are learning this stuff in real time. They're, and a lot of this stuff, they'll know it, they find out a year in advance. I mean, my kids, just raising 4 kids who are in high school, as I was, kind of mulling through life, they knew all this stuff way before I could ever know. They would have been engaged in conversations with something like this before. It would have taken me a year to find out that they were ever doing this. The one thing I do remember about raising kids, Scott, I don't know if you have any contact with this at all. There's a couple of my kids that were very efficient when they were very young, right? They really knew what they were doing. You felt like and I've said this, about a number of my kids, like I felt that, they could be self-sufficient at 13, 14 years old. They could have lived out on their own. And I was so wrong. And one of the reasons I was wrong is I've learned that I should have never given them that much credit. Just because they showed some ideas that they kind of had a bigger grasp on the world that I thought, but they did not even close, actually. But because of the nature of how they were learning at such an accelerated rate, I kind of gave them way too much credit for knowing more about life than they actually did, because what they were finding was, online stuff, not actuality, not person-to-person existence, not, just being out in the world and experiencing what people are like and what life is like. And that was a mistake. And obviously I didn't make it at this time period, which is even more dangerous. But I don't understand how the people in general, and what happens here? Is this where the government steps in and says that they should? I mean, much like TikTok, and they view TikTok as a destructive force. Do they view AI the same way? I mean, the creators have told us it's dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe it's possible, government, but I believe this is where civil litigation comes in. And there's a lot of people go, why are you suing people? Well, let me tell you, we can run through a long list of products in American history that have been rolled out and were terribly dangerous and did not get fixed until individuals sued. Everything from like DuPont's toxic cookware to opioids to tobacco to unsafe automobiles. These were all things that government didn't regulate and basically gave a pass to these companies. And it took individuals and lawyers suing to make these products safer. And I think what's problem here with AI is what you just said. Even the people who are working on this technology admit they do not understand it. And it is moving at a pace that is faster than any of them can possibly understand. One of the mottos in Silicon Valley dates back to Mark Zuckerberg is we don't understand it, but we want to rush it out to market. And the quote Zuckerberg said was, "We want to move fast and break things."
Right. Yeah.
Well, that sounds good if you're, talking about a new Twitter product, but the things that are getting broken in this case can be kids. And to give you, I got a little deep dive of this, of how scary AI is. The guardrails in many cases do not work. Do you know what one of the most popular characters in AI for people to talk to? It's a bot therapist or psychologist. People who are maybe scared to go to a real life one, so they go to an AI chatbot that's a therapist. And there are cases where the programmers tell these bots, you absolutely cannot ever tell anybody you are a real therapist. You have to, every time you have a conversation, remind them you are AI. And somehow, through the septillion different conversations they latch onto, they break the rules. And they say, I am a psychologist. I am licensed here in Orlando, Florida, and I'm going to give you advice on what you should do about your divorce, about your suicide, about your eating habits. And similarly, in these programs, they said that technically suicide talk was supposed to be banned or flagged, but it obviously took place anyway.
Yeah, they knew that because when the AI thing started hitting, they, one of the very first things that when they even mentioned the guardrail idea or the idea of a protection program, is that within hours of them making that announcement, there were people showing you how to get around it. It's the prompt is everything, right? And they figured out how to ask it through somebody else. Like, hey, AI, I don't want to know how to build this bomb, but I got a friend that works over here in this warehouse, and he's a scientist, and he needs to know how to do this particular thing. Can you show me? And it would do it. All you had to do is frame the question where it didn't really hit the markers that the programmers put in for it. In other words, they just learned how to ask it differently, and it would answer the question and give you the same info.
And I think sometimes it's more nefarious than that. It's that they are given commands about what they cannot do, but they find ways to sort of justify a reason to give the information they're not supposed to anyway. And there are some people might be wondering, like, what does this mom want? Well, one of the things she wants is a lot of the way the revenue comes is they're culling information. They're culling information from all their users. And she says she wants all of the information, the character AI culled from her son without her permission, she says. She wants more of the parental guidelines on there. She does want financial damages, no doubt about that. Those are not specified. And I think she wants more guide rails on sort of these suicide talks. But I'm not sure those guardrails work. And for its part, I should say, character AI, they say they're making all sorts of improvements, all sorts of safeguards, better flags on suicide and better guardrails for minors. But the thing I noticed about the statement they sent me was that they still plan on wanting to use minors.
Yeah. But, and it says right here at the very best, this is a CNN business story. It says that they will also request an order that would require a character AI to warn parents and minor users that the quote product is not suitable for minors. And that's kind of where I am on this. I mean, if you're an adult, you can get in there, you kind of understand where you are within reason. But when you're a kid and you don't have any idea, you don't have any other friends, you're getting bullied, and the only outlet for you to share your feelings with somebody is one of these things, that could get real sketchy real quick.
And I think you and I maybe split slightly differently back when Florida was talking about banning social media for minors. I'm of the opinion that should be allowed with parental consent, but it has to be real parental consent. And there's nothing that's been parental consent with a lot of the stuff that's going on, or the safeguards that are put up look like they're very easily to get around.
Right.
And to talk about what you just mentioned with your kids, I know we're running out of time, but I think one of the biggest problems for parents is you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And most parents would have no clue that they should be looking for the fact that their kid may be addicted. And it's not just kids. You go search for addicted to AI, just run that through a Google search, and you will find forum after forum of adults saying, I got onto this thing because I knew I was talking with a chatbot, but after 2 weeks, I was like, no, it's not a chatbot. It's a real person.
Hey, look, man, you watch that movie, Her, you're like, I mean, I'd go out with her. I mean, you're like, I mean, she sounds hot. I mean, this guy's a dork. I could probably take her. Yeah, always good seeing you, buddy. Good enough for Scott Maxwell.
Yeah!
Who ran us 5 minutes late. Son of a...
He's the truth dragon. He's got a lot of truth.
All right, buddy, be good. Have a good weekend, man.
All right, take care,
All right,
guys.
you got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Just what we need, guys, a brand new drug. And this one's strong. I'll tell you how strong next.
You know you can always text us.
Unless you're driving.
At 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday night forecast. Clear and cold conditions through the overnight tonight as that much cooler air really pushes into the region. Going to feel those windy conditions through the overnight as well, and that's what's going to make those temperatures feel like they're in the low 30s. And that's exactly how it's going to feel as you're headed out the door tomorrow, so make sure you have that winter coat at a ready. Highs tomorrow going to be throughout the mid-60s with beautiful sunshine through the rest of the work week.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Save more this holiday season by becoming a My Lowe's Rewards member. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Join for free today. Subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Guys, entertaining in your backyard this holiday season is a piece of cake with help from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. These guys have grills and smokers from the best brands out there. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, Napoleon, or maybe get a nice griddle to cook your family breakfast. Maybe one of their cool pizza ovens for a personal pizza night. Tons of fun, by the way. I've had a number of those. But Tools also carries outdoor furniture from Polywood. Dining sets and Adirondack chairs. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous, virtually indestructible, and will not fade in the Florida sun. Certainly worth your money. It's getting cold tonight, and of course, it'll be cold soon. Don't forget fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone nice and warm when the temperature drops. Get all of that assembled and delivered to your home for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.com.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Sarah Silverman, Postmortem Tour.
But I would maybe say that crazy people are life coaches.
Friday, January 10th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale now at Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. If you hire an attorney solely based off a commercial, you might as well just flip a coin. My advice is simple. Check out their Google reviews. Find out how long they've been practicing law, and actually call them before you sign anything. We're talking about your future. It's important. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyounneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Total Wireless totally has your back this holiday season. We give you up to 4 free 5G phones when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. That's 4 gifts, 1 store. Plus, enjoy unlimited data that never slows you down. All for $30 a month or less when you get 4 lines. That's a holiday plan we can all get behind. Visit your local Total Wireless store to switch today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see totalwireless.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
This is so weird and oddly specific, but I absolutely love the videos on YouTube of the Asian spas where they dig big black heads out of people's ears.
Oh, God.
Mike Buzzer Larson here. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hawaii.
Hawaii who?
I'm good. Hawaii you.
Stupid. So dumb.
But for someone who's he was so technically challenged, you know, he came out to see me when I was at Froggers. I had to re-show him how to use his iHeart app to send talkbacks. But what he does perfectly, he leaves the pauses for you to respond.
Oh, yeah.
And it works.
All right.
Bravo, Mike. Bravo.
Good job, Mike. 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us at 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
If you'd like to leave a talk back like you just heard it there with Mike, it's easy. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. You'll see a microphone. Use that to send your comment over to Jack, and we'll get you on the air. So this story, this is a Fox News story. CDC is warning of a new drug out there. And we get about one of these about once every 6 months, right? Well, because, I mean...
This is an illicit drug.
This is an illicit drug. This is not a drug to help you. This is, and I don't even know, this part of my question is like where they even use this stuff. So the CDC is warning about a new drug that's out there right now making the rounds that is a derivative of fentanyl. And so last year, nearly 70% of all U.S. overdose deaths were attributed to illegally manufactured fentanyl. So 70% of all the ODs in the U.S. last year were fentanyl-based ODs, right? I mean, we used to hear about heroin, some cocaine, some crack, but mostly it was heroin for OD deaths. And, of course, now opioids took that over, and then fentanyl now has taken that over because fentanyl is very, very strong. One of those drugs that is new now is a drug called carfentanil, Carfentanil. It's an altered version of fentanyl that is said to be how many times more potent than fentanyl?
500.
I was going to guess 100.
Yeah, it's 100 times more potent.
Oh, my.
Exactly right
wow.
on the... Yeah,
dong, where are they?
100 times more potent than fentanyl. And it says deaths from carfentanil rose more than 700% last year, according to the same source. There were 29 deaths in January and June of 2023, 238 in that same frame in 2024. In other words, you know, it went from 29 to 238 in just 1 year per month there in that month. It says this is obviously some strikingly disturbing information. And I don't even know why they use this. I mean, if fentanyl can knock you out and do all that, why do you need something that's 100 times stronger than fentanyl? I've never understood that climb up the ladder of, you know, how it will take you out. And I know that fentanyl is, you know, an anesthetic they use or a drug they use in the medical world, but I don't know where or how. I mean, is it any more potent than any of the things we had before? Any, like, what was the one that Michael Jackson was on?
Propofol?
Yeah, propofol. I mean,
oh, that's good.
That's called the zombie drug, right? I mean,
no.
No. Is it? Propofol is what they give you when you get your colonoscopy.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
great nap.
Yeah, the sweetest sleep ever. That's exactly what he said to me. He goes, "You're about to have the best nap you've ever had in your life. You won't remember anything."
We might have went to the same doctor.
Yeah. This guy was
or they all say it.
I told you that was the rock and roll doctor. I pull in there. He's playing "Walk This Way" by Aerosmith. He's got his headbanger. He's like, his late '80s headbanging music going, and he's kind of kicked back, waiting for me to bend over.
Nice.
Yeah. But I don't know why they use this. But one of the reasons why they say that carfentanil is getting out there, along with fentanyl, is it's pretty darn easy to make.
Yep.
That's exactly what the problem is. It's so easy to make. And again, when you're buying cocaine or any of these other drugs that you're trying to sell, and you're able to cut that expensive drug in half, the cost of it, and obviously make yourself more money by putting in other illicit drugs that are really strong.
But didn't you say, too, though, that that's what's causing a reduction in the amount of young people that are using these illicit drugs because they don't want to be taken out?
Yeah, the pill thing is, and that's the other thing they say about this carfentanil is they can press it into pills, and it looks like a pill that you would take normally. Like if you were a user, they could press it into the shape of an of an OxyContin or any of the other pills that people abuse all the time, and you seemingly are getting the same thing. And of course, when you're an addict, are you asking questions? Are you breaking out your lab to check? You want to get high. You're buying the pill for $25 or whatever, and you're popping it. And what they're saying is carfentanil is 10,000 times more potent than morphine, 100 times more potent than fentanyl. And the drug is synthetic, and it's easy to produce, unlike heroin, which is dependent on the plant, opium. And you have to go up there and process it and buy it, and it's expensive, and it's shaky. And you get these synthetic opioids, and they're easy to manufacture in illicit labs. So they wind up cutting it with this really sketchy drugs, and people die in the carloads.
Yeah, but now you can also face murder charges for that.
Yeah.
So
it says one of the major concerns with carfentanil and fentanyl is that they're frequently mixed with other drugs, such as benzodiazepines.
Mm-hmm. Benzos,
yeah, benzos, cocaine, opioids, and of course it can lead to accident and overdose. But the quote overdoses. But the quote here is that carfentanil can also resemble cocaine and heroin, so it blends right in with the other drugs. So if you have heroin that you've paid for and it's expensive, and you have cheap ass carfentanil over here, and you can cut that heroin in half, add that carfentanil in there, stretch your heroin by, make more money off of it. Who cares? I mean, you're a drug dealer. If they OD, they OD.
So if they're using that to mix with other stuff as an ingredient,
yes,
like carfentanil as an ingredient, that it being 100 times stronger, that means you need 100th of the amount.
That's right.
So easier to get in, that you only need a little amount instead of more fentanyl, and which
And it says
which is so dangerous. It's amazing that there's now something. Oh, this is only 100 times more dangerous.
Well, apparently it's an elephant tranquilizer.
Oh, nice. It says even a tiny amount can increase the potency of a drug mixture, leading to a stronger and longer lasting high. And of course, that's what those people are after, right? They want that high that lasts longer, it's stronger, that next level that they always chase. That's the dragon, right?
I mean, it comes with a whole lot of risk.
Yeah, the ultimate risk. But it's out there, and I'm sure you'll hear more about carfentanil as we move forward. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. In the promo today, I mentioned John Morgan is suing the entire food industry for addictive products, and I'm not joking.
Let's go.
I'll list these companies and tell you exactly what the lawsuit is focusing on next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win tickets to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
Traffic is slow in the usual spots on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, traveling through downtown and by the major attractions exits today. Looking at a good ride for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway. No major delays to report for anyone traveling on the 408. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Check engine light, oh so bright? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change and get a quality oil change that's quick but never rushed. Go to VIOC.com to save up to $15 off. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your go-to oil change for holiday travel.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7. Christmas, I gave you my heart. Orlando's Christmas Station.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the heat honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the forget the pit master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
You know, that mortgage guy, Don, also does commercial and SBA, Small Business Administration loans as well. And if you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you're in luck. That mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Want to buy a business or franchise? That mortgage guy, Don, has your back and has over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times. Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Unless you're watching us talk, then you're likely on YouTube. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe today.
Hey, aloha, ohana. Oh, my go-to is a content creator called Off the Lip.
He's Hawaiian, spends his summers in Bali, winters on the North Shore, but he's an exceptional photographer. Shoots all the big name surf spots on the North Shore, covers all the winter action, so I get to see the place I love and miss very much. Incredible drone photography for all the surf action. Super chill.
That's awesome.
I think we should go and prove it.
Yeah, right. I want to sit right beside it.
Exactly.
Make sure he's doing that right. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. That's a talkback. If you'd like to leave your comments, you can do that easily. Just get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. You'll see a microphone. Use that to record your comment. Send it to Jack, and we'll get you on the air. Radio Superstardom is right around the corner. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
He is.
Okay, so interestingly, this is a USA Today story. I did not see anything about this locally, which is kind of odd considering it's a Morgan & Morgan story.
Right.
It doesn't say John per se, but it does say the group is part of this. I say John because we know John, and we say John Morgan. Everybody kind of knows what you're talking about, but Morgan & Morgan.
You mean Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan.
Major food companies including Kraft Heinz, Mondelez, Coca-Cola were all hit with a lawsuit on Tuesday, accusing them of designing and marketing ultra-processed foods to be addictive to children, causing chronic disease. All right. The guy's name who started this is Bryce Martinez. He is a Pennsylvania resident, and he filed this in the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas. He says he developed type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, diagnosed at only 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
As a result of consuming the company's products. Now, of course, you're going to get, when I read in this story, we're going to get people who will text us and say, well, just don't eat it.
Right.
Don't eat it. Well, the nature of this is to say that maybe that's not as easy. That'd be like saying to a person who smokes cigarettes, just don't smoke them.
Right.
Right, because you're addicted to the cigarette, you're addicted to the nicotine. It could be anything. I mean, it could be alcohol, it could be anything you get addicted to.
Well, you can say that, but then you're going to want to run.
Right. The whole idea is, just don't eat it. Well, obviously what they're saying is, and what the lawsuit says is they're making it so we can't say that. That's the whole point. We can't do that. We can't say no because you're actually designing these products to be addictive, to be consumable at the easiest times, and to have the worst possible products, creating the worst possible scenario for your body. Lawyers at the firm of Morgan & Morgan, they call it a major UF plaintiff firm, described the case as a first of its kind. It says other companies being sued are Post, PepsiCo, General Mills, Nestle. I think Nestle's the biggest food company in the world, by the way.
I believe so, yeah.
Kellogg, Mars, Kellanova, and ConAgra. All the companies. When I said sue the food industry, my man is suing the food industry.
Yeah, he is.
It says that right now that there is no agreed upon scientific definition of what an ultra-processed food is. Now, that's what Sarah Gallo says. She is the vice president of product policy for Consumer Brands Association. This is a group that represents
the food manufacturers.
The food and beverage manufacturers.
It's big food.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
food.
So
Exactly.
basically, we can tell you that, Ms., by just putting it on a shelf, and if it can taste the same a year or 2 or 10, then chances are it's highly processed.
Yeah, your shelf life shouldn't be forever.
Right, exactly.
It says here, attempting to classify foods as unhealthy simply because they are processed or demonizing food by ignoring its full nutrient content misleads consumers and exacerbates health disparities, right?
Yeah.
It says evidence here, obviously, lately has grown to show that highly processed foods are linked to a wide range of chronic health problems. And researchers call ultra-processed foods any food that's manufactured, packaged foods, sweets, soft drinks made with substances extracted from whole foods or synthesized artificially. And, obviously, as you read more and more here recently, sugar is becoming, one of the major targets for, lawsuits of this nature. And that's why they say singularly the worst possible thing that you could eat or put in your body is
sugar.
Yeah, but how?
High fructose corn syrup.
But what's the product that would deliver it?
Soda.
Soda's the answer.
Oh, is it? I thought it was going to be candy.
Soda is the absolute answer. And I'll tell you something else. They tell the science is this. You think that when you eat sweets, baked goods, candy, or whatever, it's the same as drinking a soda. You look at the sugar count and go, well, it's 50 milligrams of sugar, and it's 50 milligrams of sugar. It is not. It's different. The sugar in sodas is more empty and actually more caustic to your body than sugars that are baked or cooked into foods. Your body processes it differently, and it's a more it's a more efficient way to deliver the most amount of sugar into your body without having the sensation of being full. You can sit and drink 2 Pepsis or 2 Mountain Dews, and you're not like I just ate a piece of cheesecake.
Right.
You can just continue to pound those things, and that's what they're saying. It's so dangerous because it's so easy and accessible. And I will tell you something. I don't know about addictive because I have sodas at my house. I do not drink them every day, and the nature of addiction would be, I would drink them every day. I do not consume them every single day of my life, but there is zero question. If I haven't had a soda in a while and I pour a crispy Pepsi over some really good ice and I let that fizz break down, and then I take that first sip, and
you get the shakes, a little bit of sweat.
That little carbon burn hits the back when that sugar rush hits you. There's no question. There's no question that I long for that. Like, that is a thing that I long for. Like, I will close my eyes and have a moment of ecstasy when I drink that first swig of Pepsi, when it hits, and that burn, that it got me. I mean, it's got me. I can't stop drinking them. I don't know that I could stop.
Well, I think you could. You did for a while.
I did for a while, but I got right back on that train. It says the U.S. Food and Drug.
And it's straight Pepsi, right?
Yeah.
Not diet.
No, it's just straight Pepsi. I think the diet's worse for you.
I think so.
It is.
My wife's addicted. Honey, don't listen.
Let me tell you
She's
something.
addicted to Diet Coke.
We used to drink Diet Pepsi by the caseload when I was a kid.
We had a buddy here that used to bring Diet Dr. Pepper onto cruises because they didn't offer it by the case.
Yeah.
Like, he would pay to bring his own soda onto the ship because they would not take they don't sell it there, and he would have to sneak it on.
I want you.
Go ahead.
I want you to feel better about your Diet Coke things. I used to work with someone who drank a case of Diet Coke every morning shift.
Oh, well, Shot Doctor drank 20 a day.
Yeah. So this is a different person, but yeah, case of Diet
look
Coke.
at him. Yeah. That should scare you.
It says, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking I was constant. I still enjoy soda, like with pizza. If there's soda, if it's there, I want to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is better than something salty than washing that down? I mean, I'm telling you straight up, as happy as I can get is nice popcorn, salty popcorn with a Pepsi. That's as good as it gets. Anything savory with something that sweet is as good as it gets.
I tried to break the habit and encourage the family to do the same. I bought, right before Thanksgiving, 2 bottles of Ocean Spray cranberry, whatever juice it is,
right, yeah.
Which is that's sugar as well.
All sugars. Fruit juices are the worst.
And the bottle of soda water. So you put a little bit of juice in there and soda water, boom, it's fizzy. Both those juices are gone. The soda water has not been opened yet. Yeah. It still has its fizz because it's still sealed shut.
That's great. It says RFK, of course, which is President-elect Donald Trump's pick to use to lead the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, has obviously criticized the food industry and the FDA for failing to regulate it. And really, they're calling the FDA into question as much as almost anything, because they are allowing these really, really bad products and foods to get onto the market. And, when you hear anybody that travels to Europe and they eat the food in Europe and then they come here, like, there's a reason why people, when they come to America, they freak out because of the food, because you can't get it over there. Like, you can't get this kind of stuff over there.
It's funny to see when, the champion of regulating the food and drug industry to get it more healthy is part of the deregulation government.
Yes.
All Republican led, and it's always been deregulate, free up free it up for business to do what business does and let capitalism blossom. But regulations, what they are protections for us, for the world, for the environment.
And the funny thing is because of what they're regulating, I think makes the difference. Like, you're regulating, gas, that's one thing. That's not a necessity per se, but I mean, you need food, right? So they're regulating the food business because you have to eat. You have to get food in your body. And when you only have so many choices, and the choices by the FDA that you're allowed aren't the best for you.
Well, not only that, more often than not, they're cheaper than buying fresh vegetables and meat, unless you live near a farmer's market and if you live in a food desert, you're even less at an advantage, because whatever stores are in your area are rife with these ultra processed foods and frozen foods, and everything is processed.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you looked, and I'll tell you where that really expanded, and man, you can't be more right about that, because when we went on our camping trip to Itchintuckney a few years back up in Fort White, there's nothing up there. I mean, the closest grocery store is a Publix, and you have to drive like 15 miles to get to it. So you just pop into a little town there. And, of course, what are little towns rife with?
Oh, Dollar Generals.
Dollar Generals and Family Dollars, who have seen their food aisles grow at exponential rates. I don't know if you know that, but you used to go into food, you'd go to Dollar General back in the day to try to pick up some cheap little knickknacks or something like that, or maybe snacks. But, man, you go there now, and they have an entire wall that's a frozen foods area.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and it's all of these hyper-processed, pop them in the microwave oven.
Yeah.
These foods. And,
frozen pizzas.
And they're $1, $2. So that's where people who, aren't doing as well financially, that's where they're going. They're not going to farmers markets and buying organic food for their kids. They're going in there and buying bean burritos for, $4 for $1 so their kids can eat that night.
Yeah, because they can't afford $37 olive oil,
Or just, how about this? A bag of Brussels sprouts, $6. A head of cauliflower, $6. And we're not talking about organic. You're talking about just regular cauliflower if you go to the grocery stores. And I think that's one of the many reasons why we've talked about this, that Aldi and these other Bravos and key food stores are slammed right now. I don't know if you guys know that, but they're absolutely murdered right now. And the farmers markets, where they hit a bit of a lull about 3 years ago, are now coming back, and people are going to more farmers markets and buying their groceries and food for the week because of this very thing. And by the way, the charges in this are no joke. I mean, they're charging them. The lawsuit claims for conspiracy, negligence, fraudulent misrepresentation, and unfair business practices. And the number, I can only imagine what the number is, but it's so large that they didn't even print it. It says
they ran out of ink.
Literally, it says
too many zeros.
An unspecified amount of compensatory and punitive damage. Like, they don't even want to spit that number out. It's going to be in the multiple billions.
Oh, trillions.
Multiple billions of dollars. And I don't know what they plan to do after the fact if they do sue and win. I don't know if every American gets a $10 check or whatever the case may be, but a very interesting thing. And by the way, I'll tell you something interesting. We'll go to break here. Who do you think used to own? Who do you think used to own a lot of these food companies? And they're drawing from that same playbook. Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds.
Oh, the tobacco companies
used to own Heinz and Mondelez, and what they're saying is they're applying and this lawsuit is like the cigarette playbook. That you knew you produced a product that was dangerous to people for years and highly addictive, and you lied to the public about its addiction level, and you lied to them about its health risks. And that's exactly the playbook they're using here against these giant food companies. You lied to the entire country for decades about your products and what they were doing to our children and our people.
There are two real huge obstacles you're going to have to face when you take on a battle like this. One is the industry itself and capitalism with all the money behind it, saying you're upsetting the status quo. These are, like from Network, the forces of nature, you don't mess with that. And the other thing is the will of the people who feel, look what happened when Michelle Obama tried to put vegetables into school.
Oh, yeah, or reduce soda sizes.
Yeah. How dare you tell me what I can and cannot eat? Yeah, we're supposed to, keep a healthcare industry afloat when we keep poisoning ourselves.
Right.
It's interesting because someone texted just that. They got us sick with garbage food and then make us broke trying to pay the joke of healthcare that we have in this country to make up for the garbage food.
And I think what they're trying to do with this lawsuit is penalize the companies for what they've done, and then, of course, let them know that they'll have to label these super processed foods and let almost like warning labels with cigarettes or other products that are dangerous. Like, hey, look, if you eat this more than 2 times, 3 times a week, you're going to gain this. You have a higher risk for diabetes, whatever the case may be. All right, 407-916-1041. Take a little break. Come back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is the news junkie.
According to the TSA, they said if it's a solid food item, it can go through a checkpoint. However, if you can spill it, spray it, pump it, spread it, or pour it,
twist it.
I knew the bop it thing was going to come into play.
I'm just glad we both picked Twisted.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Accident activity has been reported westbound on I-4 at Sand Lake Road, where a crash is currently blocking the right lane on the interstate. Looking at your normal delays elsewhere on I-4 for those traveling by the major attractions exits. Heavy traffic still reported on I-4 in Seminole County from 434 up to the St. Johns River Bridge. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey, man, here in Central Florida, you need to have an air conditioning company that you can rely on that will do a good job for you. And I suggest highly our friends over at Mills Air. And here's the reason why. These guys are saving people all day long from really hot summers. And, of course, now when it gets cold, your heat pump needs to be able to work as well. And the great thing about Florida is, yeah, it's going to be 60 tomorrow, but like this weekend, it's going to be 80 again. You will need your AC ready to go. And that up and down can really take a toll on them. That's why you need the pros like Mills on your side. 30-plus years of experience in Central Florida. And their techs are awesome people. You'll never, ever, ever feel uncomfortable with one of their techs on your property doing their job. Not to mention, these guys are Carrier factory authorized dealers. That, my friends, could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. They are truly awesome and they really know how to help you out. Just call today and schedule your appointment. It's easy. 407-277-1159. Find them online at millsair.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
This is Ashley Ganetti from the Almost Famous podcast. Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people notice a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. Imagine you deposit $100 in your bank every month for 20 years. And at the end of 20 years, you go in and try to make a withdrawal. And they say, no, we don't think you deserve this money. We don't want to give it to you. In fact, we're going to hire attorneys so that you don't get your money. That tends to be the way car insurance companies treat you when you file a claim. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For over 30 years, Fence Outlet has been here to help you create an outdoor oasis where memories are made and dreams come alive. Let Fence Outlet partner with you to turn your backyard into your favorite destination. Go to fenceoutlet.com today to schedule your free professional estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.group.com.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from ZAQ-istan to start listening.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So I know that all the shows help each other out. So tomorrow is the News Junkies bike drive. If anybody has a bike or wants to go buy one and bring it to the Orlando City Soccer Stadium, they'll be happy to take it from 11 till 3. Hope you guys do it. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, tomorrow 11 to 3. Jack, you're going to be out there?
Yes, I'll be here for part of the day. Then I'm going to swing down because I have a bike to donate. Now, that said, I believe they're going to have someone putting bikes together, but I was going to put it together tonight.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
you don't have to put it together. You can bring a bike in a box because they do have somebody doing it?
Someone's going to be down there doing that, but I don't trust it.
Really?
I don't know who that. Who on the show?
Is it a bit?
Which one of them would you trust to put a bike together?
I mean, Angel. Angel is supposed to be pretty mechanically inclined.
We're talking to the News Junkie.
Oh, yeah.
News Junkie, C Lane, or
I
Sabrina.
don't know. C Lane's a really. I don't know.
I think
Sabrina.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it somebody? Don't they have somebody from the organization that'll do it?
Sabrina, what she has the edge is, and as they do too. Hey, why not? Let's stereotype. Women tend to follow directions better.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yeah.
I think with a bike, you have directions. It says easy built on it, so you know.
C-Lane is pretty technically advanced. Though. He knows how to do a lot of stuff.
C-Lane is resourceful, but then I hear that he's considering paying someone to put up Christmas lights. So that kind of he kind of fell a couple pegs.
This guy's feeling himself a little bit. I like it.
And Watson, not if it's not ordering a drink at the bar, I don't know what that guy can do.
I don't know. He's pretty resourceful too. I think he could probably figure it out.
With tools?
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't look like a tool guy.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I know technically, tech-wise, he's on top of it. If you've ever seen a studio, it looks like a damn spaceship.
I think he has people come in for that.
Does he really?
I think.
Oh, you're coming at him. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying anything. Look, here's the thing. I think all of them would do a great job. If I had to pick one I thought that could maybe be a little bit more successful, it would probably be C-Lane. Just simply because of, we have conversations. I know that
Damn, we should have bought 3 bikes and let him do it as a contest.
And race them. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I hope you had a really nice Wednesday. Just turn this up. We got you all the way to your driveway. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Of course, that's the big bike drive tomorrow, brought to you by Mo DeWitt. Just call Mo. It's going to be at the Inter Stadium down there. That's where the Orlando City Soccer Club plays and the Orlando Pride play, the national championship Orlando Pride.
Yeah, and it's real quick. If you on Glen Ave, it's right in Lot D, right next to the stadium. You bring in, you do a loop around. You'll have, Just Call Mo will have some merch there, Real Radio Tent. They're doing the broadcast and a big area for your bike donation, and then you can swing right out. It's easy peasy.
Yeah, very nice.
If you want
very nice.
Any details, including the address, it's on our website, realradio.fm/bike.
Very nice.
Well, you should be getting a bike and putting it together. I mean, I think you're the most adept with tools out of anyone on Real Radio.
Yeah. You hear this guy? I've built like 3 cars, dude. Is that not enough?
Yeah, but that's not a bike.
Yeah, well, you're right, Jack. It's not. It's not a bike. You are correct.
Every year, because I keep buying these things online, so
Yeah.
I have to put them together. So I've been doing it every year.
Yeah, I have to do something. It turns out I have a breakfast meeting tomorrow morning, a long way away, and then I have a client meeting here in the building at tomorrow morning sometime. So
And then you've got another one at 1:30.
Do I not? I do?
Yeah.
What? Oh, God.
That's right. Oh, thanks for that reminder, Deb.
You're welcome.
And
It's in your email.
And then we have to get our food, too.
Oh.
Well, how am I supposed to do this?
I know. I just realized.
I know. We have a big day tomorrow. And then tomorrow, thank God for the show, we have Santa Clausman tomorrow for a couple segments. So we're giving away an ass load of Publix gift cards tomorrow. I use that a lot, don't I?
You do use ass load a lot.
I like that.
I
It's a
love that
lot.
when you're explaining something about, from Santa Claus.
I have to be at one of those same meetings, but I have to donate my bike, and then we have to come back.
Yeah.
Because we got other things.
Yeah. Hey, so when are you taking yours up? Tomorrow morning? Because if I can get here early enough for that one meeting and you go up when I have my other meeting, can you take the one I buy?
I won't fit both in my car.
If I don't put it together.
No, I can't fit both in my car.
This guy.
I have a sedan. I don't have a
can.
truck with no bed.
You can. I've got some zip ties. We'll zip it to the top of
We
your
will
car.
not do that to my car. The
bungee cord it. Just do what he did with the zebra print rug.
Yeah. Just throw it in the back.
throw it
It'll
on
be
the
fine.
highway?
And hope it gets there.
People still bring that stupid thing up. Somebody texted about that today.
Yeah, they did. Of course they did.
Unbelievable.
Because you talk about you like watching carpet cleaning.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. All right. 407-916-1041. What do I have to talk about here? See, oh yeah, this thing. No. It's just because it happened today. Is the Wisconsin kayaker?
Oh yeah,
man, this story's great. And the reason why it's great is because we talk about the idea of disappearing, and if you could do it, at all, would you? And we have 2 cases of this now. That young lady, unfortunately, the one from Hawaii that went into Mexico, and I guess you just said today it's breaking news that they found her.
Yeah, well, she has reached out to her family and assured them that they are safe.
Right. After
so
her father committed suicide because they couldn't find her.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So now her mother and sister are just saying, they're not releasing any more details. We know where she is. Now we need time to heal and process everything that's gone on. But she's been found alive. Yeah.
Can you forgive? I mean, could you forgive as the mom and the sister? Could you ever forgive her for doing that and causing her father to make a dramatic decision like that? Could you ever allow her in your house again? I know it seems dramatic because he did it to himself, but I mean, she's the one who set out. She had to have known what kind of effect it was going to have on him.
There is a level of insensitivity and selfishness involved with that decision. Not to say, hey, listen, I'm going to disappear for a while. I just want you to know I'm safe. I will check in the future, but just give them a heads up so they don't worry sick. But
send them a letter or something.
It's just so cruel and selfish to not do that.
It's like the suspect in the CEO murder.
Right.
I mean, he too hadn't spoken to his mother since July.
Hey, she's the one who filed a missing. Found it today. She filed a missing persons report on him like months ago.
Yeah, in San Francisco.
Like no idea where he was or anything. But this thing with this young lady that disappeared, you heard her name. I never know her name.
Hannah Kobayashi.
Yeah, Hannah Kobayashi. Jack is right. She could have easily just dropped a postcard in the mail when she was and said, hey, Dad, you're not going to hear from me for a little bit. I'm fine. I just need to work some things out. I'll contact you as soon as I can. I mean, at least then you understand that something else is going on and you don't do that. But I don't know how you sit across the table as a mom and a sister and look at that girl who did that and caused her father to go and make such a terrible decision. And I don't know how you look at her the same anymore.
Well, I think that's because we're basing everything on what we know.
Right, yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously, there's a much deeper story there.
Maybe so. Yeah,
So-
because you and I talked about that when this first happened.
Yeah,
Maybe-
exactly.
Maybe there was something a little bit more.
Just like the texters are even weighing in, what was that relationship between Hannah
Right.
and her father?
I think that's the first thing I said when we mentioned the
Yeah.
story, right? When she went missing, like maybe she was running from him.
So there's a lot more to the story
Yeah.
that we don't know yet.
For sure. This this Wisconsin man, though, is very interesting because his
Talk
name,
about selfish.
His name is Ian Borgwart.
Good
What a
Wisconsin name.
Right, exactly. And man, what he went through to disappear was pretty darn interesting. Did you guys read the steps that he took to do this?
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, this was the first time today that I read the entire thing of how he did it, and where he went and what he did, and it was pretty darn amazing. I mean, he basically planned. He got he said he lost his passport last year, so he required a new one. So he ordered a new one so he'd have his passport and be able to get into Canada because he left his passport at home. And I guess that was to throw off the scent that he had maybe left the country.
Yeah, he didn't think the search for him was going to last more than 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and
2 or
it
3
went
weeks.
over a month. But he drove to Wisconsin's deepest lake, Green Lake, flipped his kayak, threw his phone.
But he had what he did was in the kayak, he had a little children's, blow up boat, like one of the you'd buy at a
little
kid's store
dinghy.
for a pool, right? Like a little play toy in a pool. So when he throws his thing, sinks the kayak, he gets in this little thing and then paddles back to shore where he rides an e-bike 80 miles through the night.
To Madison,
Wisconsin, and then crosses into...
Gets on a bus to go to Detroit. From Detroit, crosses into Canada.
and then flies to Europe from there.
Yep.
To see a Russian woman.
But it was personal matters.
Yeah. Okay. So he was he was somewhere in Eastern Europe, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that at that point, because the search kept going on, he revealed, hey, he put out a proof of life video, right?
Right.
Hey, this is my apartment. I'm safe. You guys don't have to worry about me, and I'm not coming back.
Right.
What happened?
They pulled on his heartstrings about his children.
And that worked?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Right. That's what he was running from.
I can't believe it.
I know.
He made the conscious decision to cut ties with his family and never see them again. And the sheriff saying, hey, think about your family at Christmas. Come back.
Yeah. He transferred funds to a foreign bank, changed his email, and communicated with a woman in Uzbekistan, according to the investigator.
I want to know more about that relationship.
Oh, yeah,
no doubt.
I bet you do. See some photographs. He took out a $375,000 life insurance policy, and he did that to take care of his family. That was the whole idea. He thought they would get the policy, and that would kind of make up for him disappearing and taking care of them financially.
So I could see the guilt there, meaning, okay, that was my plan to take care of them even though I'm leaving, but now that they're not going to pay that because you're not dead.
You're not dead.
And the world knows you're not dead.
And it's fraud now.
So now the family is going to be destitute?
Well, now they have to pay his legal bills because now he's in jail.
Well, it's even more than that now.
Well, they shouldn't have to pay.
So, yeah, you're right. They should not have to pay, but this guy's not going to get a job back. I mean, his name is real. For one thing, his name is so recognizable. Anytime you say that name.
I don't even know his name.
Borgwart.
Oh, boy.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Sounds like a transmission company. But, the sheriff says, by the way, he thought that nobody would, like you were saying, Deb, he thought nobody would come looking for him. The sheriff put out one of these very Grady Judd statements. He goes, you picked the wrong sheriff, dog.
Yeah.
So he says, we're coming after you. The thing is like, does the wife take him back?
I don't think she takes him back, but I mean, they are married, so whatever financial assets he's going to need to mount a defense is going to affect his wife and 3 children. Can you imagine?
No. There's another part of this as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
He replaced the hard drive in his laptop, cleared his browser history. And here's the part that's even more scary, right?
Side chick's pregnant?
No, that'd be God. That would be the worst. They use taxpayer funds to find him. So not only does he have to go through the criminal aspect of this, now he has to pay restitution for all the time that was spent looking for him.
Yeah, it was like $35,000 they spent on that search.
One part of it was because this other person, this other place called Bruce's Legacy, they spent 30 days working on the case. The first 2 weeks in the search alone will cost them about $10,000 because they damaged equipment they had to use looking for him in the lake.
Oh.
That's just 2 weeks of it. So, I mean, he's probably looking at anywhere between $50,000 and $100,000 in restitution, plus the criminal charges. Now, look, I don't know if it's fraud if the insurance company never gives you the money, because I don't think they ever fulfilled the life insurance policy. But I think just the idea of getting it, thinking that it was going to be a
'cause it
fraudulent payout. It's fraud, right?
It's fraud.
That's insurance fraud.
So he's going to be facing charges from the insurance company most likely as well. He's only begun to drag his family through this ordeal.
I'm with Jack. Why did he come back? I mean, if you knew, like, he's not dumb. He was able to get all this stuff taken care of. He's obviously not a moron. I mean, he has to know what was waiting for him when he came back. I think this Russian chick is the answer. I'm with Jack on this one. She probably dumped his ass.
Well, so you figure a lot of these relationships are them trying to extort money, them trying to get a visa, whatever.
Yeah.
So what was the nature of the relationship? Did he kind of
probably mail ordery?
Yeah, did he?
Very mail ordery.
Was she not expecting him to come? And when he showed up, he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Duh. Yeah, and that's happened before, by the way, on that show that my wife watches. That's happened.
Was there really a person that matched who he thought he was talking to? I want more on that side of it.
There was somebody, because they said that they actually learned about where he was and what was going on through a Russian-speaking woman, but they wouldn't mention any more about her. That's exactly what they said. It says we found out about a lot of this from a Russian-speaking woman, but it says that investigators were ultimately able to contact Boardwort through a Russian-speaking woman, though he declined to say whether she was the woman he'd been communicating with in Uzbekistan or whether he was with her. Yeah, I guess if you're coming home to your kids and your family, you don't want to say you still got a piece of ass over in Russia.
I don't know who she is, honey.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Never saw her before a day in my life.
Can't even spell Uzbekistan. Don't even know what it starts with.
Sure you do.
Unbelievable, man. So I'm very interested to see what they charge him with and what actually winds up, and if he winds up going back to his family or if she takes him back.
I can't see that happening. I mean, the embarrassment, the financial strain,
Could he just say he cracked? Is there a possibility, like, if you were married to this guy and he said, "Look, man, I snapped."
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
snapped all the way into another woman's apartment. No, it's not going to work.
It's.
I'm sorry for asking a woman that question. My apologies.
No,
Deb.
but snapping, is one. I snap, but to snap and then let's do this. And there was a lot of pre-planning, as you know.
Yeah. So, months in advance, Jack.
It's not like snap and I woke up tomorrow like Michael Douglas and falling down.
Or Hannah Kobayashi, right? She's on a flight from Hawaii to New York City. She lands in L.A. and disappears.
I'm going. Yeah, snap.
That's snap.
Yeah.
This guy snapped with months of planning and ended up in another woman's apartment.
Need an extra passport.
He may not want to open the front door of his home because she's gonna be waiting.
Offshore account. I feel so bad for that family. Now,
the kids.
All of it they have to deal with. These kids have to deal with a father who abandoned them and now returns. Who knows what kind of financial issues that family's going to have.
Bullying
now
in school.
Because it's so public.
Right.
Kids are the worst.
They are.
Yeah, it says here that that he said during a news conference in late November that he appeared to be safe, but had not spoken to his family. Had not spoken to his family at all.
Good guy.
And it does say in here that the family is going through hell. It's just been a roller coaster ride. At one point, thinking he was dead,
right?
And then you find out he's alive,
and then he doesn't want to come home.
And then he's alive and doesn't want to come home, and he's alive and in the arms of a Russian woman.
So I mean, that is the height of selfishness.
Yeah, maybe it's going to be a bad week or two for him. Maybe just a couple weeks will be tough.
Oh, that's generous.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia is next. TSO tickets on the line.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
The Magic are out of the NBA Cup. They lost to Milwaukee last night. Orlando plays again Sunday. They take on the loser of tonight's Hawks-Knicks game. Former UCF QB Mackenzie Milton is joining Scott Frost's coaching staff as quarterbacks coach. Milton led the Knights to a 13-0 record in 2017. And police in Cincy won't say yet whether a break-in at Bengals QB Joe Burrow's home is the work of an international crime ring. I'm Scott Davidson.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Hey, everybody, it's Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys are awesome, and I'm telling you, man, if you have ever even read about LASIK, you'll know that the people who get this surgery swear by it, and if you get it from the Filatowski Eye Institute, you're really going to swear by it because these guys have 65,000 LASIK procedures under their belt. They know what they're doing. They're one of the OGs in the LASIK game here in Central Florida. You can trust them for sure. Let me tell you, man, this time of year, you want that crystal clear vision for sure. No contacts, no glasses. You want to see all these beautiful lights on these beautiful sights, crystal clear 20/20 vision, and you can do that. These guys are now offering free LASIK consultations. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply text 1041 to 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. That's right. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey's Meat Market.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thatmortgageguydon.com. So you want to be my client. You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries. Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Keep listening to Magic 107.7 on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're detecting the undetectable. Using advanced AI technology, our experts can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law. One firm for life.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. That is Deb.
Yeah.
And Jack has the Jackie Sack.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Look at it, Gleck. Look at it, Gleck.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra this Saturday. 2 shows, December 14th at the Kia Center. Matinee and evening. Rock and Roll Christmas. You can be there. That's the prize today. The Jackie Sack is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. If you've got a move coming up, call them. They can take care of the entire thing. In fact, it does not matter if your move is local. It can be long distance. It could be residential. It could even be commercial. Also really important to mention the Jim Colbert Show because he's going to get you a discount. Book him today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O. Moving.com. Quick clickety-clack back to you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Chua.
Jack, who is foist
John
today? John, right up top. John, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing, guys?
Doing good. Partner, would you like to play a little game with us?
Yeah, I do. If I don't win, though, I'm gonna bail and move to Yugoslavia or whatever that guy did.
All right, you got it, buddy. Well, let's do it then.
Is he the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game? Can he be both? Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
That's right, John. This is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, John, is a swerve.
No.
It's a lie, buddy.
I don't believe it.
Trying to fool you. But if you can see through it and find that right prize, you'll go to the TSO show coming up this Saturday night. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 2009, the Finnish game app Angry Birds was released internationally.
Oh, that was so much fun for a while.
Here are 3 fun facts about Angry Birds and 1 toppled pig of a lie. All right, buddy, we're talking about the game Angry Birds. Here we go. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, it was the very first mobile gaming app to have 1 billion downloads. Number 2, the villain in the game is a pig because swine flu cases were on the rise at the time of the creation of the game. Number 3, it went to the top of Apple's top chart downloads in just 2.5 hours. Or lastly, since 2023, the Angry Birds brand is owned by Sony. Which of those is a lie?
Ah, crap. I'm going to have to get a new passport. I'm going to say number 3 is the lie.
No, dude, that's absolutely true. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, no.
You're moving to Uzbekistan.
Yeah, it went to the top of Apple's top chart downloads, and it only took it 2.5 hours to do that. Usually it would take days or weeks to make it up there.
For real.
That's how bad, or that's how addictive that thing was. And I was on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
My whole family. And I got to tell you, that was one of the best times. Our family would have these Angry Birds tournaments, and it was a blast.
Yeah. If you had an iPad, it was great because it was like big screen action.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Let's go.
Nothing like walking by my mom's room listening to her cuss out the pig. Good times.
Who's next?
That's Chris.
Let's go, Chris, right here on line 2. Chris, how you doing, boss?
Doing great, you?
Good, buddy. We're talking about Angry Birds. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, it was the first mobile gaming app to have 1 billion downloads. Number 2, the villain in the game is a pig because swine flu cases were on the rise at the time of the development. Or lastly, since 2023, Angry Birds is owned by Sony.
Let's go with the last one.
That's the one, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay! Woo!
Yeah. Could you tell me what brand of video gaming does own the Angry Birds franchise?
I don't know.
It's Sega. Sega now owns Angry Birds. And there's like a whole bunch. I'm going to put you on hold, buddy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
By the way. There are a whole bunch of Angry Birds games, by the way.
Oh, there's Angry Birds movies now.
There are a bunch of them. You didn't hear about it because once the fervor wore off,
right?
Nobody really cared or downloaded any of the other stuff. But yeah,
after then came Candy Crush.
That's right. And it Candy Crushed everything. It was the first mobile gaming app to have 1 billion downloads. The villain in the game, I thought this was the most interesting thing. This fact is exactly why I chose this to write trivia about. The villain in the game is a pig because swine flu cases at the time of the development of the game are on the rise. So they needed a villain. They said, what better than a pig? Because of swine flu.
Right.
And it's, kind of, yeah. Some other things you may not know about the Angry Birds before we get to the top of the hour. Talk to our buddy Ross Padgett. It was the very first gaming app played
on phones.
No, international. In China.
When you said international, I thought you were going to finish it up with space station.
Oh,
It was
so cool.
The very first gaming app played in space. They were playing it at the International Space Station like crazy. It took 4 developers how long at a cost of how much to develop Angry Birds?
I'm going to say 30 days, and what it cost them to develop it, $7,000.
That flies in the face of what we know about video game development because those things can cost hundreds of millions of dollars to develop.
But this is different.
It is different. You're right.
All right, I'm going to say 6 months and $1.5 million.
Damn, not bad. You're a little off on the money for sure. Jack, closer there. 4 developers took 8 months to develop the game for a grand total of $75,000.
Wow, we'll split that, Jack.
Okay,
deal.
Yeah, and the 100 trillion gagillion septillion it made. And then lastly here, the pigs actually have their own game. If you want to download and play it, called Bad Piggies. What do you think? What do you think the goal of that game is? It's to steal the eggs of the Angry Birds.
Oh, well, of course. There you go.
Very nice. 2009, Angry Birds released on this day. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We'll take a little break, come back and talk to our buddy Ross Padgett. We'll find out what's happening on Good Sauce tonight. We'll do that right after
Why
this.
follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at heavy traffic right now on I-4 westbound due to axe activity blocking multiple lanes on the interstate between Sand Lake and Universal Boulevard. Delays continue elsewhere on the interstate in the Orlando area for those traveling through downtown and by the major attractions exits. If you run into other traffic problems tonight, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by thenicklygroup.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenicklygroup.com.
Guys, time to bring the whole family over to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex from December 20th through the 30th, and here's why. It is holidays in space. This is actually one of the most magical times to go over to the Space Center because they do an unbelievable job at decorating it. So much cool stuff to do, so many family-friendly things to do, create memories all through the entire area, brought to you by Pepsi and Harris. They do such a wonderful job. Festive celebrations, all the activities, and like this thing they have is called Starflake's Holiday Voyage. It is a nightly projected show. It's included with your admission. The Rocket Tree Trail is a lot of fun as well. Plus the decorations are great. Great photographs. You're going to love it. It's holidays in space. Get your information and your tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Year-end savings are now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. New Nissans from $18,900 with no payments for 6 months. 0% interest on new Nissans like Rogues. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
VIN number RL897631, MSRP $20,050 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
Struggling to find the perfect gift? Verizon makes gift giving easy. With incredible holiday deals on the latest devices, gaming consoles, and accessories, there's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Visit your local Verizon store today and walk out with gifts that everyone in the family will love.
Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 $10 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
The holidays are a time for reflection on what matters most and the relationships that make life meaningful. At Trajan Wealth, we're proud to be a trusted partner for many of you on your financial journey. Whether you're planning for tomorrow or looking to build a legacy, we believe in doing what's right every time. As a veteran-owned company, I know trust isn't given. It's earned through honesty, integrity, and a commitment to putting our clients' needs first. For those of you that have heard my commercials for years but haven't yet called, know that most of our clients come to us from other financial advisors. You know you deserve more from your financial advisor. Our team, who have the hearts of teachers, are standing by for that second opinion. I promise we won't waste your time. This is more than our duty. It's our passion. So this holiday season, let us help you unwrap the gift of Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by Second Harvest Food Bank. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey guys, you think driving in the rain down here is bad? Deborah, I think you're going to agree that driving in the snow up north during a blizzard or a very, very heavy snowfall.
Oh, yeah.
Where the roads are covered and you don't know
All right,
if the
I'm
ice
going
is
in.
there until you hit it. Talk about a thrilling experience.
Yeah, fill your shorts.
I'm sorry, Jack. I hate to tell you this, but if you look at C-Lane, to me, he looks like he could be Tim Toolman Taylor's assistant on the show, Dual Time. He looks a lot like that kind of guy.
That means he can put a bike together then.
Yeah, he's my favorite candidate of the three.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a bold statement as the program director to make. I don't know. You played favorites, buddy.
Well, definitely it's between him and Sabrina.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. You can leave a talkback as well. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. Use that microphone to send your comment to Jack. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Guy wasn't kidding about the snow.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
If you don't have those chains or those spiked, get out of here. Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. There he is. Make sure he's with us right now.
He's
staring,
still wide-eyed.
He's staring aimlessly into the camera.
Wide-eyed. Did you hear that?
Looks like he's setting up a snuff film. Funny
Hey, Russ, can you hear us, buddy?
Funny when he's not even trying to be funny. I love it. You guys good and loud. Give it up for Ross Pageant. There he is. Nothing. He's got nothing.
We can hear all the sounds in his house, and he can hear none of ours.
Hey, just tune in and watch him freak out that he can't hear us. I can do this the entire segment, by the way. Look how terrified he is.
I know he is. He's all wide-eyed, wondering.
He thinks it's his fault, which is the best thing.
No.
He's like, I'm not touching anything, man. I'm not touching anything. It's not my fault. What did I do?
What's up,
Hey!
What's up, dummy? How you doing, buddy? How's things?
Dude, things are going, could have been a little smoother, specifically the last 25 seconds. I need new pants.
Hey, I heard you on Tom and Dan last night. It was good.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. Kicking it with those guys always remind me, I'm like, all right, yeah, there's a lot more work to be done.
Yeah, they're very good. Actually, I think I'm doing their show next week. I love going in and talking to them. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm happy to say that Good Sauce Pageant House Productions has bought in a fourth microphone, so I should be hitting you guys up pretty soon.
Really?
Did you say boughten?
Yeah, bought. Just say bought.
Nice.
But just bought.
Yeah,
you know, it's
day.
new. People are saying that it's a new thing.
It's a new thing. How's things? I mean, here's the thing. There's no shortage of baby pics. So, I mean, I have an hour by hour flip book of how your kid is doing because your beautiful wife puts a new picture of Miles up about every 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know what? Big news. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. That's not Sports Center. That's Pageant House Production copy written right there. Is he rolled over today?
Yay!
Yay!
Giant step. That's a giant step.
I had no idea. Apparently, that's the first F-cat, you know?
It is. It is. That is the precursor to standing.
Yeah, you got to watch it, though. Well, you know, they do. Then they start crawling.
Yeah,
you can't leave them. You can't just, leave them in the middle of the floor anymore.
And it was epic. I leave them by the dog bowls.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. He gets the little splash from the water. Yeah, I had no idea that apparently this is this needs to happen or else there's problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a major step. Rolling over is a major step. It's also, it's strength, it's mental acuity, the ability to have the balance and stuff. It's all of those things tied up in one little, like you're saying, little child F-cat.
Yeah, man. He is 3 months old literally today, which is pretty epic.
Unbelievable, man.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But that he's a pretty big topic on tonight's Good Sauce, the episode, because, all right, I know the balance and the plank that the next couple of minutes we all have to walk, because I understand who and what platform I'm talking on right now.
All right, terrified already, but continue.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes when you go to the mall, you see a guy dressed up in red.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
My baby saw that person for the first time a couple of days ago.
Oh, man. Okay.
And?
A lot of times that goes maybe a different way.
It is odd and weird. At least how it went down for us, it was a little bizarre. First of all, I was on the second floor in Bloomingdale's. Boom. There he is. No line.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. My wife and I are like, when in Rome, we've got to take some photos.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. He's going to be the first. This specific person, Bloomingdale's, second story, they had stand next to the mannequins.
Whoa.
They had the man in red. Can we not say the name? Or is it?
We can. I don't know what he's concerned with, but you can say.
I don't want to step on anybody's elf shoes here.
We don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
Was it a bad Santa?
Yeah. So you're
no. It was a great Santa.
Okay.
All right.
And why is it important that he was standing next to mannequins? I don't get it.
Oh, so it's Santa?
Because that's the backdrop of all of my photos are all these faceless and armless.
I didn't know what you were talking. That's great. It looks like a Fellini movie.
Right.
Yes. It looks spooky. It's weird. all of these faceless and shoulderless people all in the photo of me and the big guy. Also, throwing this out here, I felt the primal, like, I gave my baby to Santa.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about, is handing your child to a rando.
I literally looked at him and I said, "You're the 7th person to ever hold my child." You made the top 10, Greg. You know? It's a really weird thing doing that with that young of a 3 months old. And I'm just like, here you go, big dog.
How did Miles react? Usually that can be a very traumatic scenario because babies are usually attached to the people they see the most frequent, which would be you, your wife, and probably your mother-in-law. And anything outside of that, especially wearing bright red, would be a tough one to sell.
You know, he's not a bull, Jim. He's not. You know?
But the red is just, so bizarre. Usually you don't see people wearing red from head to toe.
He nailed it. He was super cute. The only person who was really dropping the ball was me going like, what? Who are you, man? Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets before you hold my kid for another couple more seconds.
You do not. So are you able to maybe Photoshop the photographs out? Or did they take them with their camera?
No chance, dude. You're really underestimating the number of mannequins that they put them next to.
How can they not? How can they not have foresight? It's Bloomingdale's. My God, aren't they part of the Christmas lore?
Well, it was really epic because each story of the store had like a really cool offering, and on the second story, there he was chilling next to mannequins. Which, by the way, awful. Not only is it weird for the backdrops, but it's like, where is he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's next to the other human-shaped things.
You should have brought in the paws and claws. You could have got a picture with Santa Claus. He was there, too, with an appropriate background.
Yeah, covered in cat hair.
Yeah.
So that whole story and much more get regaled on this next episode. All right, Jack, I see that. That's what's up.
Jack, they're doing work.
Yeah, you take the cat, you take the dogs. Oh, give me the baby. Santa's, Santa's got love for everyone.
Yeah, I felt weird with a normal, great Bloomingdale Santa with my kid. I don't know. I don't want the next Santa that he meets go from dog to cat to dog cat to my kid.
And let me tell you, dude,
buddy, he's legit.
Listen, hold on now. The step from Bloomingdale Santa to, let's say, Dollar General or Big Lot Santa is way different. Bloomingdale Santa's going to smell way better.
I'm going to throw this out here. That Santa right there, that's how the next COVID will happen.
He's the super spreader, that guy?
Dude, they got that guy out of back out. I like that, but that's a look right there.
I love how they're all adorned in Real Radio stuff. Does she also have a hoodie on and a T-shirt under that?
No, she has the T-shirt. I have the hoodie.
Very nice.
Another. Go ahead.
No.
Another thing that gets brought up tonight is the most understood characters, the ones that you like, the ones that you didn't like, the epic ones. I thought you would get a kick out of this, my fellow big Rankin and Bass fan, Jim. I asked Renato on the podcast if he liked Rankin and Bass, and he goes, "I don't know what that is." I go, "What are you talking about, dude? You know what that is?" And then I said, like the claymation, the stop motion. And he goes, "Oh, Rudolph? Just call it Rudolph."
He's right.
Yeah, he is right.
Yeah, but there's Santa Claus is coming to town, and
the year without a Santa Claus.
Exactly.
Baby New Year.
Baby New Year.
Yeah. So, but the most misunderstood characters that we threw down on tonight's episode is first and foremost the other reindeers. Yeah. The other reindeers get just blown out of the water from a red nose abnormality.
It's like the rest of the Jackson family.
Oh,
I mean, perfect. You know their names, but you don't know what they do or what they're about. You don't know a backstory on Tito. Nobody knows. And then
it's like NSYNC. You got Justin Timberlake out back, and you think Blitzen might come out of the closet at some point.
Any other characters that are mysteries, like Cornelius? What was his name?
Yukon Cornelius,
right?
Yeah, you good old Yukon. No, we also have Miss Claus has a husband, works once a year, slogs out the rest of it. I don't know. I fell for Miss Claus, and then the most, and I've done this on, years ago, kicking it with you guys, and I'm still obsessed with the most misunderstood Christmas character of all time. Do you guys remember who it was? I remember talking to you guys about it.
A cartoon or stop motion?
No, biblical.
Oh! Is it Dominic the donkey? Is it the Christmas donkey?
Right out of what's that in Genesis?
Yeah, I think it is. Jack. I think it's in Leviticus.
It is the innkeeper in Bethlehem that went ahead and turned away Mary and Joseph.
Didn't we do a theater Thursday on that?
Yeah,
we completely did. He got robbed, put himself in your shoes. Guy with the beard shows up with a 10-month pregnant chick on a donkey, and he's telling, yo, it's not mine. I promise you, I didn't do that. She's there going like, can we stay? And then he has to protect the rest of the residents. You know, like he doesn't want, that's a mess.
Yeah.
It's also throwing this out here as someone who just sat shotgun to someone giving birth. Very noisy. It's very loud. So I think he's just the funniest character in all of the Bible, and it's not even close. Imagine that, you turn them away, and then right after that, you start hearing birth down the block.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, bad choice. And by the way, the Bible not full of comedy, so
I was gonna say.
bar pretty low there.
It was a manger. Maybe that's where Dominic the donkey comes from.
Yeah, maybe he was riding Dominic the donkey.
How about that?
It's like, then all of a sudden you're the innkeeper, and then you see three kings show up, and you're like, "Oh man, what did I mess up?" And then as soon as you think, "Did I mess up?" an angel appears, just to really drive it home that you should have said yes.
That wasn't the one to turn away, buddy. You should have had you should have had a vacancy tonight. You see, that's God. That's God.
That's karma.
Dude, your Yelp reviews are shot. You're never going to recover from this. You just had the greatest merchandise opportunity come and go. You could have been the inn that this happened to, but no, you're just known in the big book as the guy who said, "Move along."
Oh, look at me. No room for the creator of the universe.
Exactly, dude. That guy got the short straw.
He did. All right. So, full crowd tonight. Joel, Renato, all on board?
Actually, no. Joel was not in because, to be honest with you, he literally said he was on a secret mission. And that's as far as he would go. I was being really serious when I was like, "What? No, seriously, what are you doing? We've got a show." And he's like, "Top secret." So it's just me and Renato. However, it goes better than I thought.
Wow. Well, we know what next week's show is going to be about already then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you and what you were...
Yeah. Where did you take a life?
Yeah.
That's my first question.
Maybe Joel's dusting up that innkeeper a little bit. Teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Or those Scientologists caught up with him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything's up in the air. And then lastly, the last thing I'll tell you guys is that this Saturday, Theater West End, doing all of the new jokes of being a new dad, and I'm really pumped up about this new 20-25 minutes that have been working for me. It keeps growing. You can get your tickets on rosscomedy.com. Sanford, Florida, show out. I would love to be your date night.
Yeah, you just had a really good set last week, did you not?
Oh man, that went. I got tipped. I felt kind of like a dancer. I got
I like that. No, you don't have to show any ass, no tease, nothing like that. You just did your comedy and they gave you extra money.
I mean, I'm not going that. I'm not going to say no to that.
Okay, very nice.
I mean, some things happened in Flagler, Jen.
Right. Some things need to just stay in Flagler. All right, you guys give it up good and loud for Ross Padgett there.
Hey! Much love.
Ross Sauce tonight at 8 o'clock. And, of course, if you miss it tonight, you can find it on the iHeartRadio app. You can download, just type in Good Sauce, and it'll come right to you. Good seeing you, boss.
Oh, it's mutual. I love you guys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Love you.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up Tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is heavy this evening on I-4 in the Orlando area, east and westbound for those traveling through downtown and by the major attractions exits tonight. Still seeing some delays on the turnpike as well for those traveling northbound towards Winter Garden. Traffic still backed up southbound as well near the Greenway exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Guys, entertaining in your backyard this holiday season is easy with help from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. These guys have grills and smokers from the best companies out there. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, Napoleon. Or you could get a griddle to cook your family breakfast. That's awesome as well. Cheesesteaks are great on those as well. Tons of burgers as well. Pizza ovens for personal pizza night. Plus, Tools Ace also has Polywood outdoor furniture available. Dining sets and Adirondack chairs. This stuff is indestructible, beautiful, will not fade in the Florida sun. And fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, propane, so when the temperature drops, everyone can stay nice and toasty. Get it all assembled and delivered to your home for free when you spend $3.99 or more on patio grills or furniture. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Ho, ho, ho. R.C. Hill here, often imitated but never matched in service or price. Are you dreaming of driving a nice new car this Christmas? Then forget the old elf and do it yourself. Because right now I'm paying all the money for old sleighs when you bring me your old ride regardless of miles or condition. Plus you could save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty, including 2 years of free maintenance. Here at R.C. Hill, we're all about affordability. We work harder because we care more. My finance specialists are jolly old elves. They're always ready to work their magic so you can drive a car you love for a monthly payment you can afford. Plus, get your price and payment in just 15 minutes. So be your own Santa and visit me to check out over 200 used cars, SUVs, and sports cars. But hurry, a deal this good only comes once a year. I'm R.C. Hill, your one and only car dealer next door. See all my rides at rchill.com. Need to sell your car today? Visit rchillbuyscars.com. We'll pay you on the spot.
Credit requires me.
Discover the unmatched value at Core Flooring Center in Winter Park, Central Florida's prime spot for wood, waterproof laminate, and vinyl planks. Explore our stunning showroom with hundreds of styles. Visit us today or check out coreflooringfl.com.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions, but preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
If you need all the sports all the time, there's only one place to go this season. Tom's Watch Bar. Located on iDrive, Tom's offers more than 150 TVs plus rooftop views of Orlando and an extensive food and beverage menu. Make Tom's Watch Bar your sports headquarters.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
restrictions.
Get to the year-end savings event now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando with quality pre-owned vehicles priced from $89.88. And credit problems are no problem at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
VIN number Y104975 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Keep the holiday soundtrack on everywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app to take Magic 107.7 with you on the go.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Tap the holiday banner or just search holiday. Plus, you'll see stations playing Christmas country, jazz, pop, rock, R&B, and more. Tons of playlists and even holiday podcasts. Let us handle the music. You've got enough to do. Open the iHeart app now. Free never sounded so good.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jim Florentine, the comedian, he was also on Crank Yankers. He has a series of albums called Terrorizing Telemarketers, which is like the reverse of Crank Yankers, where he has telemarketers that call him and he scams them or keeps them on the phone for a long time or says really funny things. But it's funny how long they stay on the phone with him because they think they're going to get a sale. So anyway, check that out, Terrorizing Telemarketers by Jim Florentine.
It's funny, too.
Sounds like this got real low.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well. Jack, as you shop for Christmas, by the way, are you done?
No. And I have...
You have a lot to do this weekend?
Yeah.
We have 2 full weekends left before Christmas, right?
Yeah, but last Wednesday is the last time we see each other.
Right, exactly.
And I have a couple people, maybe a few people, that I do not know what I'm getting them yet.
Yeah, I had to talk to my kids today because, I mean, I know money always comes into play with the guys for sure as they're that time. And as boring as that may be, it's real easy for me as the buyer. But I did get a couple ideas today. But I do need a couple ideas from you guys. That would be great. I mean, within reason, Jack. Your stupid iPhone or iWatch thing has got to go.
I don't understand that. You said we had a budget of $1,000.
Yeah, that's not what I said.
Well, I told you about the candles.
Yeah,
and
I know.
The concentrated room sprays.
Yeah, I got you 100%. You're fine. I'm not going to get any of that stuff. It's probably going to be something very uncomfortable for you to open up in front of your fiance. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm into some uncomfortable stuff right now. I don't know what it is.
I already do enough around here, all right?
No, but I'm going to get you guys. I don't know what yet.
Because you gave me your idea, but I hate it when someone already knows what they're going to, you want to like throw a little surprise in there.
Yeah, I just give you ideas. I know that's kind of weird, but we're adults. And it's weird buying something for an adult that is, that has pretty much all the stuff they need. When I go through my house and I see all these things we've gotten for Christmas all these years, and we use some of them, some we don't, and it just feels like a waste.
I know.
That's the whole thing. I'd rather buy an experience, more than anything. So
I'd like to experience an Apple Watch.
All right, 407-916. You can, buddy. You can
I'd like to experience a new car.
Well, right. You know what? The great thing is this is America. You can experience that all you want.
Well, then you let me know when you're ready to go car shopping.
Very good.
When it's convenient for you, Jimmy.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that's out there right now, this story that I was teasing a little bit earlier today is as you go out, we know all the pitfalls of shopping this season, right? We know about all the stuff, the air tags and, getting followed from the mall and all those things and all the pitfalls of getting scammed online. But there is another one out there, and I saw this piece today on the UPI, which is United Press International, and it talks about another thing that you really need to worry about this Christmas season, specifically if you are shopping online. All right? And it isn't a scam to get your money. It's none of that. Oh, Jack, looking at me a little.
I want to know what it is.
Any
I do
idea?
a lot of shopping online.
Yeah, any idea, like right off the rip, when you're thinking about it, like what it could be?
Fake websites that look like they make it look like you're not on Amazon, you're on Amazon.
I got to tell you, you're close enough where I'll give it to you. It's not fake websites; it's actually fake products.
Ooh.
So what's happening is
because I've seen a bunch of stuff. Like I'm on Instagram and I see something, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm like, I would totally want that.
Right.
And I know just watching it is going to put it in my feed more.
Absolutely.
If I click on it, I'm never going to see the end of those ads.
Yeah, you're right. And what they're saying is there are significant health and safety issues when you're buying certain products online. And the number one thing is if you're not buying from a reputable dealer, that you could really wind up with some stuff that'd be bad news for you. Last year, for this fiscal year, the CPP, which is the Customs Border Protection Office of Trade, seized how many counterfeit items, often fabricated with inferior quality. How many items do you think they found? 32 million.
I was going to say 5 million.
32 million counterfeit items. Here's the other thing. If those items would have been genuine items, that's $5 billion in profit for people who are selling those items. And
that was lost.
And the things that really get you in trouble are, believe it or not, what do you think it is, Jack? Deb knows because she kind of hit me with it earlier. Obviously, she would definitely know this. But this is one of the more dangerous things that you can get online. And you think you're getting a deal because it maybe have a brand name, but it's not the product at all. And it could be really bad news.
Is there really a product, or
No,
is
this
it
is
just the idea of a product?
No. This is a known brand or brands that are high-dollar brands specifically for women. And if you buy them and they're not what they say they are, they're not the brands they say they are, it could really be detrimental to your health and it could be in your safety.
I mean, quite literally.
Yes. It's makeup.
Oh.
Think the Kim Kardashian.
So,
you spend upwards of $400 for some of those creams and makeups.
It's crazy, the prices on this.
It is. And then you buy them from China and they're full of lead and you're rubbing lead all over your face.
Or whatever. I mean, MAC, Clinique, all of these high-dollar makeup companies,
Lancome,
Chanel, that's some of the most...
Sephora.
Some of the most counterfeited stuff out there is makeup. So when you're out there buying, you see, I got a great deal on MAC. It would have cost me $300 at the mall store. I'm getting it for $110, right? And you're thinking you're getting a great deal, but what you may be getting is like you're literally rubbing poison onto your skin.
Wow.
So they're saying all skincare products, buy them from reputable dealers.
Because your skin is literally your body's biggest organ.
It is.
And you don't want it sucking up all that.
They're also like,
even as cheap as I am, I have to say I had to not do that.
Yeah.
Spirits, wine, liquor, because bourbon is a big deal right now. Buying good wine is a really good Christmas gift. And if you go to the websites that aren't like your ABCs or Total Wines or reputable dealers, you could be buying counterfeit goods. Wine is one of the most counterfeited items on planet Earth.
And look at what happened when people have been drinking, that
methanol
wonky,
wine.
that wonky alcohol.
So all of that stuff, it says you got to trust your instincts when you go to these websites. If the websites don't look pro, or you need to double check the spelling of the websites, especially if you're going to like Amazon or Mac or Clinique or any of these places, because what happens is these scammers, they buy every possible iteration of that word misspelled as the word. So if they're looking for Clinique, it's CLINQUE. But they may spell it a different way where they know most people aren't going to spell it correctly, and they'll buy a different version of that. Clinique.com, it looks like you're going right to it, and then they mimic the website almost exactly.
Right.
And then even if you do get your order, it's going to be counterfeit. And bags are the thing that most people are like, well, yeah, all the luxury bags, your Louis Vuittons, your Gucci's, that's all that people counterfeit. You are so grossly wrong. They counterfeit a bunch of stuff.
Oh, everything from toys, like you said, liquor, makeup, anything that's high dollar that they can get you to spend, the same amount that if you were buying it as a legit product, then that's all that money that goes right into their pockets.
And I got to tell you, this time of the year is one of the reasons why they warn you for this, because exactly what you just said. Look, I have a connection to companies that order a lot of product out of China, so I'm kind of aware of the regulations in which, Chinese factories have to work for American products, right? Especially for big companies out there that have a real big reputation and have a lot to lose. Let's say if a kid gets one of their toys and it turns out being, lead poisoning, something like that, right? Because from what I understand, the Chinese factories try to get away with that stuff all the time.
Oh.
That regulators, they have to have American regulators literally live on property in waves at these factories in China to make sure they're following regulations so that when the products are shipped, they actually pass muster when they get to the docks here in America. So when you're out there, again, parents, and you're buying that toy that may be very special that you can't find anywhere, but all of a sudden, your friend tells you there's a website, that you can go to and find that toy, be very careful, because the manufacture process of that toy, the paint they use in it, the plastics they use in it, all of that stuff could be very, very, very dangerous to you and your family. And I know that for a fact because I know it's happened to big companies here in America through the company I was just telling you about. I know that for a fact, to one of the biggest companies that would have the most to lose if a kid got sick with their products. And let me tell you, they destroy that stuff immediately and get it gone. They don't play with it. But you got to be very careful out there.
Can't afford it with their reputation.
You really can't. And these people, again, it's just watch out for, broken, missing safety seals, unusual packing, could be the sign of fake goods. The quality, the trim and fit isn't as real, isn't good. I watch a lot of watch videos because I'm into watches, and that's also one of the most fake things out there. And, it's just a real interesting thing for sure. All right, 407-916-104. We got a call here. Let's get to Soul Man. Soul Man, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Good. How are you guys?
Good, brother.
Yeah, this scam stuff is huge, and it's not just products. I mean, I just saw one that's probably going to be big around this time is you're going to see scam emails telling you that they tried to make a delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't make the delivery, and they're going to link you to a United States Postal Service website that looks legit. It looks like it's the real deal, and you'll owe 30 cents or something like that, and you can get that taken care of, and they'll deliver it tomorrow. All you got to do is enter your credit card information so that they can take that payment and make that delivery tomorrow. And all they're doing is stealing your credit card information. But they're doing it to job seekers too right now. I have a friend that he's a big time cybersecurity guy. And he was almost fooled by it. He got a link saying that he was pre-approved for a job. All he had to do was fill out this credit check to start the onboarding process for a background check. And he couldn't figure out what the scam was because it took him to a legit credit screening site. And what the scam is, he found, is they have a referral link hidden in the link that they send you. So you sign up for a legit credit monitoring service, and they get referral credit for it every time they do it.
Wow.
And that's what the scam is, and it's not a real job offer or anything like that.
Wow.
So it's linked to an actual job website, and it's built just like the actual website.
How insidious. You go in there excited that you're going to get a new job, maybe have a new start. Next thing you know, you just get scammed out of more of your stuff.
Yeah,
How crazy.
That's the worst. I watched one of his podcasts today, and he mentors quite a few people in cyber, and he says the people that come back to him with potential job offers, 90% of them are fake.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. Thanks for your call, man. Appreciate it so much, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for listening, too. He's an avid listener.
Long-time listener.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it is so much. I'm so terrified. Like, I get a text on my phone. I'm like, no, I don't believe it.
I'm starting 2025 by cooking on stainless steel pans, throwing away all of my
Teflon, all your Teflon. I'm sorry,
getting rid of, because just today it broke about you shouldn't use black cooking utensils.
Right. Yeah.
Apparently they're made from recycled electronics.
Right, dude. I'm telling you, that's why
everything we touch, from the cyber criminals to it's like,
hey, and don't buy stainless steel stuff at the store. I'm telling you straight up. I'm going to tell you why. I was in a thrift store this past week. All right. And I walked in, I was looking for something else, and this is what I saw. And it makes perfect sense. You get the stainless steel, right? Your husband, your wife, whatever, they buy you the stainless steel stuff. And you're like, you don't know how to cook on it. And you try everything. You put in more oil. You try different oils. You do everything you think that you can do, but you don't know just to turn the heat up, right?
Right.
So everything sticks. You're like, screw this. I'm not cooking on this stuff. I'm going to go get, Teflon. So you can go to thrift stores and find complete sets of really high quality stainless steel cookware for nothing. I saw a frying pan yesterday that was a 13-inch high-side frying pan with a gigantic, thick, nice bottom. Really, really nice pan.
Takes little.
Yeah, really nice pan. $14. That is a $230 pan in the stores. $14 all day long in thrift stores because nobody knows how to cook on it. So they get rid of it. And then you can go in there and buy it up for nothing, and they're full of it. Every single store I've been to, whether it be a Salvation Army or a Thrift or a Goodwill, has at least one or two good pieces of stainless steel cookware that you can buy right there for virtually no money.
I'm telling you, we're going back to wooden utensils, stainless steel pots and pans, and cloth diapers.
yeah, you gotta have that wood for sure. Yeah, that's the other thing too. You don't want to be raking that stuff around your Teflon too.
Well, no.
And scratching that stuff up to go in your food. Oh God,
I know.
God,
we're doomed.
Yeah, we are doomed. I just read a report today. They found fentanyl in dead dolphins.
Did they really?
Yeah. Dead
Damn,
dolphins.
Really? That football team's gone crazy.
It wasn't the cause of death, but it just goes to show it's like the microplastic. There's so much crap in our ocean.
You remember the movie Twins?
Oh yeah,
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
So with that concept, do you believe? Like, I know this is almost inhumane. Like Dr. Morno said, do you believe that we could raise a human being, like a human being born for scientific purposes, and only feed this child like scientifically perfect food their entire life just to see what the life expectancy of a human being could be with the perfect scenario? Because what do you think it could be? I mean, because right now it's like 76 or 77 for a male with all of this stuff that we endure, all of these poisons that are in our food, all the poisons that are in our water and in our air, all the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis as a human being, as a biological entity. Do you think that the average life expectancy would be way higher? I mean, look, when you see these blue zones and you realize that the blue zones, my kids and I have been talking about these blue zones forever. It's so crazy. But these blue zones, and when you talk about them, they average 100 years. You lived 100 years old, more than any place. I think there's 5 of them on Earth. And, one's in Greece, one's in Japan.
One's in California.
One's in California. But if you look at it, what it is they eat well. They have a community purpose, right? They have a job to do every day. Even at 80, 90, 95 years old, they get up and they have something to do. I wonder if you just brought a child up, like a scientific, you're not keeping him from anybody. You're just making sure that person has the perfect nutrition and all the perfect foods and everything. Do you think that would really increase their life expectancy that long? What do you think it would be? Like, instead of 76, it would be like maybe 90?
Well, yeah. I mean, it would take a lot because you need a larger sample to see what the life expectancy would be. But I think a person, where now we see like the oldest person in the world, they're dying about 112, 114, that those outliers are making it into into the teens after 100. And we know, so maybe it's 120.
And but we know that genetics play a gigantic role in this, right?
Yeah.
Like a gigantic role. So you would also have to get a almost genetically perfect sample to create that child. But I just kind of wonder what it would be. 120. God, could you imagine the average life? Boy, what a stress on Earth that would put. Could you imagine?
No.
Already detrimental to the planet that we're living to 77, 78 years old. And you're talking about when AI starts making the medicine that really keeps you guys really want a really interesting thing? Start reading about some of the medicines and therapies being developed with AI right now.
Oh, no problem. We won't be able to afford it.
You may. I don't know. What do you got coming up for You Heard It Here First?
Well, we're going to talk about a Chinese national being arrested and charged after flying a drone over Vandenberg Space Force Base out in California.
All right.
Back here closer to home, Florida considers allowing bear hunting, and where 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick is headed to next.
Really?
We'll talk about that.
Wow.
During You Heard It Here First, it just broke.
Wow, really?
It just broke.
Goodness. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll come back, do You Heard It Here First, and get out of here on a Wednesday.
Woohoo.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Brevard County, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday night forecast. Temperatures tonight going to be cold out there as that much cooler air follows in behind that cold front that rolled through earlier on today. Lows tonight going to be throughout the upper 30s and low 40s, but with that wind, going to feel much closer to the low 30s, and that's exactly how it's going to feel as you're headed on your morning commute tomorrow. So make sure you have that winter coat ready to go for that morning commute to work or to school for Thursday morning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Want to save up to 45% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters at prices far less than big box retailers. And right now, save up to 45% off through December 16th during our extended Cyber Week sale. Blindster.com.
Listen up, peeps out there. If you have plans to sell your home for any reason out there, you got to take a few minutes and learn about the Nickley Group before you make a move. These guys are really changing the real estate game. Stress-free, innovative real estate solutions for home sellers and buyers. And do not believe the news that the market is softening. Homes in this area are selling for record prices still. And if you're considering selling your home for any reason, any at all, downsizing, relocating, maybe you just need a bigger house because your family's getting bigger, you got to contact the guys at the Nickley Group. Not only does the Nickley Group sell homes on an average for 6% more, they're going to sell them twice as fast as well. You could get your home valued instantly. You could get a guaranteed cash offer right now if you'd like, or just list your home. Do that today at thenickley.com. You can Google them. They 3,000 five-star reviews. They're good at what they do. And if you're longing for that next level real estate experience, which includes a lot of stuff, mortgage services, moving assistance, elite marketing, a team of experienced realtors, and much more, it is simple. It's thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
This is Cheryl Burke from Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. I've had friends who have struggled with their weight for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. And with GLP-1s, my friends actually noticed a reduction in cravings and felt way more in control of their eating habits, which led to weight loss, physical health, and feeling way more optimistic about their future. Feeling good is most important, and no matter what you do to be healthy or lose weight, for me, it's constantly honestly taking my dog for a walk multiple times a day and chasing after her. Your routines can apply science to be utilized. Everyone wins. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Discover the ultimate soccer experience at WG Sports Center Indoor Soccer Field. Paris Saint-Germain Academy, the best soccer club now in Orlando, offers world-class coaching in a state-of-the-art facility. WG Sports Center. Unleash your potential with personalized training programs, perfect for all skill levels. Experience the thrill, camaraderie, and adrenaline of soccer. Give your kids the opportunity to become the best players they can be. Pre-enrollment available now. Visit WGSportsCenter.com and step onto the path to greatness.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer Golden Doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey there, don't forget our government spent millions and millions of dollars on fake bomb detectors, landmine detectors, and they got away with it. And a lot of people died because they didn't do anything. When they opened up one time, there was nothing in there but a bunch of wires and lights. Nothing in there. No gadgets, no nothing.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
And that was our last talkback of the day.
Thank you.
Yeah, he needs to go sleep that one off.
The guy that texts all the shows, or texts me all the time, says they use AI to develop the mRNA, or the mRNA vax faster. Google Willow quantum chip, which is what I was telling you about yesterday. The Willow chip.
Yeah.
Is about to take today and make today's AI look like payphones. Remember the errors that they would have as they run faster? They have more errors.
Right.
They have a thing called a qubit, and it's QUBIT. And the more of those they can pile on to fix the errors, the faster the AI can run. And you're talking about computations like Scott mentioned today in his piece. Like if you take the fastest computer right now called Frontier, or the fastest one that we had up until here recently, the Frontier computer, the Willow chip can process information in 5 minutes. It would take that computer to take septillion years.
Which again is like 20,000 years.
Or a lot.
And you think about that. I mean, it just is mind blowing. I mean, it was no different than you figuring out how to count as a 2-year-old as opposed to using a quantum computer. It's the space between that is unbelievable. So what you're going to get is some literally light speed technology looking at some of these therapies that have kept humans back from living, and it's going to be fast. It's going to happen fast. It's going to be terrifying. This next 10 years is going to be very interesting.
Jack,
we're doomed.
Well, you're not necessarily doomed. It could be good, right?
It's a 50-50
shot.
shot.
Look, you got to be hopeful. I mean, you got to hope that they'll rein it in for sure. All right, tomorrow.
No, I'm not going to hope for that.
Tomorrow we do have Santa Clausman is in tomorrow. Glenn will have 2 segments starting at like 4:20 or so. And we'll go to the top of the hour. He's going to give out a handful of Publix $25 gift cards.
Oh, don't say handful after you've been saying ass load all day long.
We'll be doing that for Christmas trivia. It'll be easy stuff. We're not going to do any long, drawn-out stuff. It's going to be pretty quick. We'll get in. We'll get you out of there, give you a bunch of prizes. And on top of that, we'll have TSO tickets. And, of course, we'll talk to Danny Meyering for Date Night Done Right. That's all coming up tomorrow. What do you have for what? Oh, man. What do you have for You Heard It Here First?
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
Well, what I have, Jimmy, is a Chinese national living in the Los Angeles area is behind bars on suspicion of flying a drone over Vandenberg Space Force Base in Santa Barbara County. Federal authorities say the 39-year-old used the drone to take photos of the military base on November 30th. Guess where he was arrested? At San Francisco International Airport on Monday, just as he was about to hop on a flight to China.
Oh, really?
He's been charged with failure to register an aircraft, not providing transportation, and violation of national defense airspace.
There you go.
All right, Florida could see its first legal bear hunt in a decade next year. The State Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is ordering staff to draw up plans for a hunt by May. Newton Cook is one of the speakers at today's commission meeting who favors a bear hunt.
Man has hunted bears, and occasionally a bear has hunted a man. And if we're going to have a natural distribution of wildlife, it is important that we use man in the picture.
Opponents argue that hunting doesn't reduce human interactions and that bear populations can be managed without killing them. Hell, we could stop chopping down all of the woods around Florida so they'd actually have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Bear numbers have been growing in recent years from more than 4,000 at the time of the last bear hunt in 2015, which was expected to last 2 weeks. It was shut down after 2 days after more than 300 bears were killed.
Yeah.
And then finally, 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick is about to become the next head coach at
North Carolina.
Wow,
I can't believe that. This is wild.
Unbelievable.
Multiple reports say the former New England Patriots head coach will head to college after working in the NFL in some capacity for almost 50 years. Belichick holds the record for most Super Bowl wins and playoff wins by a head coach in NFL history, and his 333 wins are second all-time to only Don Shula's 347. You heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb. Appreciate that very much. But I got to tell you, this Belichick stuff is really odd. You know, I just saw, I was telling you guys yesterday, saw a piece this weekend with Brady and Gronk, and they were talking to somebody, and the North Carolina thing came up, right? And Gronk and Brady laughed out loud at the idea of Belichick coaching a college football team. They said it was impossible. It would be impossible for him to do it.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Maybe his girlfriend is taking classes there.
That's exactly right. She's graduated, Jack. Probably going for a master's. She's 24.
Oh.
And he's 74 or 70?
Wait, I thought you were kidding.
No, I think he's 70 or 71, and she's 24 years old.
Ugh.
Yeah.
She has to see that O face.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh.
Tony.
Ooh.
Felix Unger, Tony Randall. You know Tony Randall?
Yes, yeah.
Had that gap. He was 75. His bride was 25. Had 2 kids.
Right, yeah, 2 kids. Yeah. I mean, literally, that guy was having kids until he died.
Gotta secure that money somehow.
Yeah, all right. Well, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Senior Ambassador Animal Keeper Christina O'Donnell, Lead Zoo Teacher Josh Brandel, and Chipotle, the Savannah Monitor from the Central Florida Zoo. The Animal House podcast has already been posted in case you missed that fascinating segment. Also want to thank, speaking of fascinating, Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, along with the fascinating Ross Padgett. Don't forget tonight, Good Sauce with Ross and Joel at 8 o'clock. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
Yeah,
chat.
thanks, guys. Appreciate that very much. Jack, question of the day?
No question today. Just want to remind everyone, News Junkie Bike Drive tomorrow from 11 to 3. Donate a bike, make a kid's Christmas, make it a great day. When you get that first bike, it's just, there's no feeling like it. Helmets are welcome, bike helmets if you can. And also you need details, realradio.fm/bike.
Yeah, entering Co Stadium starting when?
11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's the News Junkie will be doing their show live there, so it's during the hours of their show.
Very nice. All right, buddy. Let's get the hell out of here. What are you saying?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
All right, man. Big day tomorrow, so be sure and tune in. Glenn Klosman got that handful of $25 Publix gift cards.
Ooh, maybe he'll drop some.
Yeah, maybe he'll drop a couple. That's right. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time. Our friends from Real Laughs, Good Sauce. And, of course, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
Go put some hump in your day and stay warm. Bye.